the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips. Critical minds and candid lips. And Generation X gaming show. Tune in where the thoughts flow. Rant and rave with words that glow. Weekly stories make them go.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another week, another episode of Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. I'm your host, 30 and Still Gaming, and joining me each and every single week is Sgt Mclusky. What's going on, bro?
Yep.
Halloween's done.
That's it. Halloween's done, man.
Yeah, Christmas is here. On today's show, we're going to be talking about a couple delays. We're going to be talking about Hydra 1943, Marvel Hydra 1943. We're going to talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 being delayed. We're going to be talking about Battlefield making some changes. We're going to be talking about Helldivers 2. We're going to be talking about, let me see what else we got here. We got, Battlefield, Helldivers. Talk about couple of companies doing some layoffs. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about Rockstar in a little bit of trouble with union or whatnot. We're going to talk about analysts talking about Black Ops 7 sales. Will beat Battlefield 6. No shit. We're going to talk about... I got a couple other stories here. Oh, Kingdom Come Deliverance director gives shade to Outer Worlds 2 game. We're also going to talk about a little bit
on the same plane, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit about the box office with AMC, with their quarterly earnings and whatnot. And then if we have time, we have a couple of little stories that we'll talk about as well. If you guys like what we do here, we do this Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. Generation X Gaming, a weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. Like I said, Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on 30 NSG. If you're over on Twitch, welcome. Hit that follow button over there. We also do gameplay over on 30 and Still Gaming and over on Twitch 30 and Still Gaming. And we also do uploads over on Spotify, Anchor.fm, and anywhere else a podcast is listened or seen. You can watch the past broadcasts. And then we also, if you like to support us, you can become a member right here on 30 NSG for $5. You can buy a mug right here.
Still waiting for my shirt.
Still waiting for my shirt as well.
No Still waiting for my shirt.
No day one. No full price for Half-Ass Games mug. You can pick that up. And then also you can listen to music on Spotify or iTunes, Apple Music. So now that that's out of the way, how's it going, Sarge? Another week down?
I mean, yeah, I got my hair cut today. It's been a little bit of a upsy-downsy little kind of week. I'm not playing a lot. The games you see me play, I play, but I'm not playing a lot. My head's not in it right now. Season's coming up, and I'm trying to get my head in order.
Okay. I've been playing a crap ton of Arc Raiders for the last
Why was your
week.
stream on at 5 o'clock in the afternoon?
I don't know. It didn't shut off.
Wasn't you playing?
No. Sweat Dog texted me around dinner time. He's like, your stream is still live. I was like, huh, what? And I went over there and
you were on for a while. I was like, I don't understand.
What was it on?
Did you not? You were on YouTube. You kept popping up in my feed like you were.
I know, but what
live.
was on? What was on the channel? Like nothing was streaming.
It looked like your screen. Like, it was no game plan. It was like the
last thing that was on the screen.
I don't know if it was your. I'm not sure if because I watched it just briefly on my phone. I'm not sure if it was like your normal screen for like your OBS or if it was like the exit screen for Arc Raiders.
Altern says the last 5 seconds of the stream were on. There you go. So it's just the last 5 seconds playing for 5 hours. Fantastic. Yeah, it was weird. So that's why I had to go over there and basically, yeah, it was the last thing on the stream. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
But why was it running for 5 hours?
Apparently, when I log out of OBS and say stop streaming, and it closes it down. Apparently, YouTube didn't get the message, and YouTube was like, "We're just gonna stay live."
I find that weird too on my phone. Like when I close Pandora on my phone, it doesn't close Pandora. And then later on, I'll catch it on in the background. And when I click on it, it says it's been on for 9 hours. And I'm like, no wonder my phone is dead.
Well, that
why?
The data, and they can put that towards people. Our average viewer listens for 9 hours. Yeah,
it's mental, dude.
I do find it interesting. Earlier this week, when we were doing a show, the morning show, the Daily Grind, and when I happened to start talking about a certain company, and then all of a sudden I get kicked
every
off.
time.
Every time. And it's at one point you're like, it's just in my head, right? But then it happened again, then it happens again, and then it happens again, and you're like, okay, at this point, it's not in my head anymore. It's 100%. If you start talking,
the algorithm hears the word of the game.
Yep.
Then someone picks up the phone, listens to what you're saying, like talking negative, give me a little clicky.
Yeah.
And
he says, I took a nap to the stream, ASMR. I appreciate that. Thanks for the support. Make sure you hit that like button. Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, but it's not a joke anymore. You can't talk shit about certain companies.
Yeah.
I keep hearing all this stuff about freedom of speech, but anytime they want to control you, they can.
What's the company? Well, sometimes when I talk about, like, we could talk about Microsoft in a good form, and it's fine. We could talk about Sony in a good form, and it's fine. We could talk about Nintendo in a good form, it's fine. But if you talk about those companies in a negative way, for some strange reason, I always get this hiccup happen during my stream.
Yeah, and it's always like 10-second hiccups.
Yeah,
like off for 10 seconds,
or completely removing it.
Yeah.
So I see what chat's doing. They're trying to which companies, which ones? It's the company that.
Yeah,
and we're back. Did you guys hear it? No? Oh, okay.
Or like when I go dead face, you can't tell if I'm frozen.
Yeah, I thought for a split second there you're going to go along with me and freeze, and then chat would have.
My timing's off.
They wouldn't have not known.
Yeah, my timing's off.
They're like, wait a minute, did it just happen? What name did he say?
Dustin's buying full price games. What is he buying? What games?
Don't listen to Dustin. Anything Dustin says, he's
just
a
actual
troll.
game. Yeah, but he's an actual
troll.
game tester.
He's an actual troll. Yeah. You don't listen to Dustin or Gaming Fire or whatever other name he's under. He just says shit just to say shit because he thinks he's getting under people's skins, but really he's just saying stuff. So,
I mean,
yeah, that's right. I said it.
I mean, how many names is John? Is John here or the incognito John, whatever his name is?
He'll probably show
one
up
and only,
later.
one and only John.
Yeah. But he's our troll. That is true. He is our troll. I appreciate everybody.
Well, he could be a mercenary troll. He goes from certain stream to certain stream because people need a troll.
He's our narcoleptic troll, is what he is. Yeah.
Travis, you're not a troll. You're a mascot.
Yeah, Travis. Yeah, no.
If
you want to be a troll, you gotta talk
mascot.
to Dustin. Yeah, you gotta talk to Dustin. Dustin's a troll.
You're the mascot. Yeah.
You're like an ogre, more of an ogre, I think. All right, let's go to what we've been playing.
Very formal. So quick story.
Okay.
So quick story before you go.
I didn't put up the tab for quick story.
No, it's fine.
What we've been playing.
Do you use a battery backup? I'm asking you specifically. Do you use a battery backup?
Yes, I have a battery backup on my
What company do you use for your battery backup?
I do not know. I'm not getting underneath the desk to tell you.
That's fine. So the one I had originally was just like a run-of-the-mill Office Max type of thing that I needed just temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the whole outlet thing, remember that story I told you about the outlet?
Yep.
So I got rid of that one and I went to Best Buy and I picked up an APC, right?
Okay.
Company APC, right?
Yep.
So I had that back for a while. I had it back in like September. And so I followed the directions. I didn't do anything kooky with it, right? The battery's not plugged in when you first get it. You have to open it up, plug the battery back in, set it up. I followed the directions. But I'm not sure if it's a sensitivity issue with the actual backup or whatever, but it turns on when it feels like there's
It goes
a
beep.
voltage detection, and so it's clicking on and off and whatever else. And so I had that, and then all of a sudden I came in one day and I couldn't get anything on in my room. I'm like, okay, well the fan is on and the air conditioning's working.
How many outlets do you have plugged into this one thing?
It's got a load meter on it. I didn't overload it.
Okay.
It's at like 15% load. I'm not even near half, right? And so I come in my room and nothing turns on, and I'm like, okay, well, what's going on, right? So then I test it. It won't even turn on. Nothing. There's no power going to the actual unit. Like it wouldn't.
Did you get
zero
struck by
power
lightning recently?
I don't think so.
I mean, a battery backup is sort of like a helmet for a motorcyclist. Once you get in a
I
car
get
wreck,
it.
you got to get a new helmet. So
get it.
if something happened, maybe you don't know, maybe it got fried.
Well,
or
all
short
my
something.
all my equipment works.
Yeah, if
All my
it's
equipment works.
less than like a couple months old, you should be able to.
Well,
if you got the warranty.
Here comes the story. So
Yeah.
quickly, I go back. I have the unit. I go up to him. I go, okay, listen, I don't know what's going on. It's not working anymore. No power goes to the unit. Nothing. It doesn't even. The battery part of it doesn't even work. So all I want to do is get another one. I don't want my money back. And so this whole trial process. Well, we can't find you in the computer, right? So I pulled up my phone with my bank account for the charge I had, and it shows I bought it here. There's a map, points to Best Buy. Here's the amount, $213 on the date. It shows where I bought it here. He's like, well, I don't have the receipt. We can't. I'm like, let me understand this. So you can't find me in the computer, but I have proof that I purchased it here.
They can look up. They can.
I already know. Right?
They don't want to. They don't want to look it up.
Right. I got it. Let me repeat myself. I do not want money. This is not one of your scams where I'm looking to get some cash for a broken APC unit that I bought from 2 years ago. I bought it recently. I just want another one. Right. So we go through the whole process. Then he goes, well, in case anything happens to this one, you only have 2 weeks. And I go, how does the time period that shrink down when I buy something new? First it's 90 days. Now I only got 2 weeks. Where is that in your manual? I'm like, what's going on? So now I've been watching it, and if it clicks more than like 5 times in the next 2 weeks, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'll get something else. Why should it be this difficult? It's supposed to do what it does. It's not even doing it.
They'll fix it later, Sarge.
Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
All right. Well,
you can't leave your printer plugged near it. Why? What's wrong with the printer, Z? What is the printer going to do? Does it talk dirty to the APC? What does it do?
It's like, you dirty battery.
What does the printer do?
I will suck you dry.
I love how people have these things that happen to them, and they chalk it up to like, this is what it does.
I mean, it is what it is, right? Yeah.
Don't be next to any Wi-Fi transmitters, otherwise your APC fries.
That's right. They'll fix it in a 6-month patch. That's right. Products made after the 50s are all terrible.
it sends a huge spike. That's what the APC is for, Z. It's supposed to stop spikes from happening. That's its job.
Yeah, it's almost like a compressor. If I'm screaming on the microphone, it stops it from peaking.
Giant
right?
resistor. It's got a resistor.
Right. That's exactly what that's doing.
That's the whole point of it. So it doesn't fry. Yes, that's its job.
Yeah.
I paid for that.
Did EA make that? Did CD Projekt Red make that battery backup?
All I know is this: is every time something dies in the house that I have to go back and replace, since I've been out of the loop for that product for a while, right? Because the product I bought originally was a good product, so it doesn't break right away. So let's just say we'll say it's a refrigerator. Like, we had a fridge, it lasted 12 years. Then for some reason we wanted a new fridge, even though the fridge wasn't broken. So then we put that fridge in the garage, and we got a different fridge.
Did I tell you the story about the guy with the shed that wanted gas money?
Yeah, you mentioned
that last week. Did I mention that?
Because the guy did something wrong on the project, and you had to call him back. He said he wanted gas money.
Yeah, he wanted gas money. Well, he showed up.
Talking about, bro.
He showed up this morning. Right, 2 weeks after he was supposed to come back. He actually called like 2 days ago, and he was like, hey, can I come at 7:00 at night? And I go,
No.
and do what? Because you have to look. I said, you have to look for leaks. It's dark out. What are you going to find?
What?
Right? So he goes, okay, I'll show up Friday. And what time do you think he came this morning?
Noon.
No. I said this morning.
You
What
told
time
him
do
to
you
show up
think-
this morning?
No. I didn't tell him to show up.
11:30.
What time do you think he showed up? No, 6 a.m. 6 a.m.
Well,
my wife.
we know he doesn't live far away then because he
does.
showed up at 6 a.m.
Right? He showed up
What,
at
you
6
think he was up at 4 to come to your house at 6?
He showed up at 6 a.m. and my wife wakes me up and goes, "The shed guy's here." And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "What time is it?" Like it's like pitch black
dark.
out. Yeah, it's
dark.
It's pitch black out.
It's
And I'm
still
like-
dark out.
I was like, okay. So I go outside. He goes, so where are these leaks? I go, I sent you pictures. He goes, yeah, but where are those in here? I go, okay. So I take the flashlight and I go up there, over here, over there. Right. And it wasn't like a leak like raining down.
But
right?
there's a leak.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how bad
So-
the leak is. It's a leak.
So he goes, well, I think because when the rain came in the way it came, maybe it went underneath the thing. I go, no.
That's
no,
what a roof is for.
I go,
what are
"No,
we
no."
talking about?
I go, I'm assuming, when you were drilling in the screws that you didn't push all the way
Tap 'em.
down,
Right, you didn't
right?
tap 'em.
Because they have these like little rubber washers around
Yep.
each of the screws.
Yep.
Okay.
probably didn't go all the
And
way down.
some of them are like thick and other ones are smushed really thin because they're pushed farther down, right? So I showed him on the side of the building. I said, look, you see how this thing is like this and this one's like this? I said, I'm assuming. I go, I don't know. But on the roof that you guys didn't just push it all the way down. I said, no big deal. Just go up there and boom, boom, get it done, right? He added this piece in front because in his head, the rain went
The
sideways.
horizontal rain.
The horizontal rain went this way,
got underneath the lip.
got underneath, and then went up and then down into the thing. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I had this new trim around the shed that didn't need it, but no charge, and we didn't have to pay for his gas.
Fantastic.
It's amazing.
I don't believe we're going in a
I'm
a good
sad
direction.
I'm sad for humanity.
Yeah.
I'm sad for humanity, and
You want to? I got one better. Okay. I used the restroom at the breakfast place today. I walk in. It's a clean bathroom.
these are good stories, chat. This is not. This
It's
is
a
the
clean-
ranting part, and this is not even about video games.
We're out to breakfast with my aunt and uncle. They were here, right? So I go to the restroom, and as I'm washing my hands, I look up and I look at the hand dryer thing, the paper thing going out, and I look on it, and on it is a step-by-step instructions
On how to load it.
on how to wash your hands. 8 steps. 8 steps, bro.
Put
8
hands
steps.
in front of soap dispenser.
No, you're too far. You're too far, bro. Step 1, turn on water. Step 2, find and use soap dispenser. Then I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? What is happening? Who doesn't know how to wash hands? Right? We're in trouble. Right? Even if you told me how to wash my hands, it ain't 8 fucking steps, bro. It ain't 8 steps.
Well, hold on. Let me see.
Okay? Because if
1,
washing my hands is 8 steps,
2,
then wiping my ass is a fucking novel.
3,
Okay, there's no way.
4,
There's no way.
5,
There's no way.
6, maybe 6 steps. Maybe it's 6 steps.
No
I don't
way,
know about
dude.
8. Yeah.
I almost lost it. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, what's happening? Did somebody go back in time and fuck something up? And then we're all living in a different reality now? Is
We
that
are.
what's happening?
Yeah, we are.
Because that's what it feels like. It feels like some asshole went back in time and fucked something up.
Something's happening on the internet right now. Another Mandela effect I've been seeing going around the internet. Maybe Chad's seen this as well. Yosemite Sam from Looney Tunes.
Here we go.
Okay. What's his favorite? What's his famous line that he used to say?
He's got a bunch of them, bro.
All right. Well, name one.
Okay. Great horny toads is one
Okay.
of them.
No, that's not it though.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Yosemite Sam, Great Horny Toads. I'm gonna get that rabbit. I'm trying to go
All right,
through
all
them.
right. I'll
It's
give you a
been
couple more
fucking
seconds.
40, 50 years, bro. What incarnation?
That's it. What incarnations?
Yeah.
He's never said it.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
That's what's happening right now. I was like,
Is this what we're gonna fight about now? We're gonna fight about what
we're not fighting it.
This
I'm just telling you. You're asked if something happened in the universe where something's changed, and I know, and you know, because I didn't say what it was. You just said it. You literally just said the thing that he always says, and people are like, he's never said it. I'm like, the fuck are we talking about?
You know,
Yeah.
Yep. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah. What incarnations? What incarnations?
Yep.
But anyway, what have you been playing?
Yep. What have I been playing? Well, we played Alien Elite. I thought that was kind of fun.
Let's talk about it.
Except for the Batman moving.
I'm gonna shoot you now.
Like, it was like I'm Batman. It was like,
when Jay Breezy said stiff. It feels like it's Batman, you can't turn to your left or right. It just feels very stiff. It is. It's very stiff.
Very stiff. I think that once again, they took a game that should have been fun, and because of the overlaying, detailed, what you can unlock in the game, turns what is supposed to be a shoot 'em up fun game into a tedious grind that you don't want to replay that much because of the Batman move.
Yeah.
But I like the game.
The shooting, well, here I'm enjoying it because I don't have to move as much because the gun I'm using.
Oh yeah,
is just hold left trigger, the Vasquez gun, right? You just hold left trigger and then pull the trigger, and it just goes boop, boop, boop. It just kills everything. You don't have to move.
I just held down both triggers.
Yeah, you don't have to move. You don't even have to move, Sarge.
What do you mean you don't have to move?
You don't even have to move. I just was pointing straight, and it would just go. Boop, boop, boop. It would
aimbot. It would aimbot the whole time.
It was aimbotting the whole entire time.
What?
Yeah. You just point it in that direction. It would kill everything.
Why would I want to use any other guy?
I don't know.
The Doctor sucked, man. I played the Doctor. The Doctor was
Demolisher was Demolition was.
But I was Lancer. I had the same gun as you. Is it different? Is it different?
I don't know. I think it's the same gun.
It was the same gun. Well, wait. Maybe that's why mine doesn't do the auto thing like yours did. Maybe it's a little different.
I don't know. I really like the leveling up system. Right, I like that. I like the guns. I like the attachments. You make absolutely no money whatsoever. We played 4 matches, and I had enough money to not buy anything. I couldn't buy one perk. I just happened to have perks to put in that I didn't know about in the skill tree.
It's just doing the math. It's very grindy, and the challenge cards are a little absurd. Like
they're mutator cards.
They're like skulls in Halo. Same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but once again,
it's fun with a group of people. I don't think it would be fun by yourself.
If you compare that game to another game in the same year, it's like on a different planet.
I mean, you can compare it to Gears of War that came out 20 years before.
It's on a different
15
planet.
years before, third-person shooter, and you didn't feel as stiff as that.
Well, I picked the gunner first, and I didn't understand why I would want the gunner.
The gunner was so shit.
Like, what do we... Why is making a game fun like 10th on the list of priorities? Why I don't understand. Like someone goes, "Hey, is this game fun to play?" It's like, "Well, let me tell you about my level design." Like, is it fun to play? Yeah. Let me show you how you can level up your weapons and how many credits you need to level up your weapons. Is it fucking fun? Is your game fun? Can't you just not answer the question? Did you give it to your son? Did he play it? Or did he go fuck outside after you played it for 10 minutes? That's all I want to know.
Like we're gonna play it again because I think I want to complete the story.
Why?
What do you mean? Why?
You're gonna make me play it again?
Yeah, next Wednesday.
I think I would rather play Left 4 Dead 2.
All right, well then we'll play Left 4 Dead 2.
I mean, honestly, listen. I respect the game, okay? But you take a beloved franchise, you slap some paint on it, and you want to call it a Ferrari. It's not a Ferrari.
I wanted to play just a couple more hours to see if it kind of like opens up or whatever.
Right. Another 6 hours to get the scope on the gun that auto shoots.
All right,
makes
fine.
no sense.
All right, we won't play it then.
What, if I happen to lose Left 4 Dead somewhere, then we'll play Alien Elite.
I mean,
I want to play something else. I would play something else.
The game came out in 2021. I thought the level design was okay. I thought
that game came out 4 years ago.
Yeah, and there's a sequel coming. If you take that same
that no one liked, I got it.
Take the exact same game, but put the Helldiver mechanics in there. Take the exact same game and put the Arc Raider mechanics in there. That game would be fucking phenomenal. It would. It would be a phenomenal game if you just took what the animations were in Helldivers or Arc Raider character, third person, and put it in that game.
But why wouldn't you just make it to where like a group of 5 dudes go into the game like an actual squad of Marines, like it's supposed to be, and you explore what you're supposed to do, almost like Travis, don't jump on the bandwagon, almost like Space Hulk from 40K, except the guys are thinner and they're more susceptible to dying. Like it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
Eric says, or just go play Helldivers. No, but that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if there's a progression in video games. Yeah, there's a progression in video games, right? And yes, it came out in 2021, I think it came out. Yeah, it came out in August of 2021. And the character just feels like a character from like 2006. Okay? But then that's shitting on games in 2006 because even games that came out in 2006 didn't feel this stiff for the character. I'm just saying if they made the next Alien Elite Fireteam 2, whatever, if it comes out and it's more fluent like a Helldivers or an Arc Raiders, and I'm talking about not the game, but the way the characters move in that game, then it would be it would just be a really fun game, as Sarge was saying, like fun. Robert Jones, real fast, says, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. He says, left the stream just to confirm, he said, well, thank you very much. I appreciate the $5. Yep. I mean, you didn't believe us? you didn't believe that he said what?
I mean, you do remember though that, like I don't know about you, but I watched all the Looney Tunes, and I know the difference between the unedited version and the edited version. You know that, right? Like there were certain things that they had edited out over time because they said a word or there was a face on the screen that they didn't like. Like they changed stuff. Like you know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so what did I play besides Arc Raiders? I played. What else did I play? I played one other game this weekend.
Oh, we did. Travis and I did play Baldur's Gate 3, and we Are you
guys almost done with that?
I don't know if I think we're close, but we did the optional boss, right? We did the optional boss, which is fighting the devil.
Optional boss
was an optional boss. You have to find him.
No boss is optional. You beat everyone in the game.
No. It's an optional boss. You don't have to beat him to beat the game. He's a
boss in the game. You beat him.
You have to find the items. You have to find the pentagram. You have to worship at the pentagram. It opens a gate to hell. You have to go to the hells. You're in his house trying to steal his shit.
Sounds like a game. Yeah.
Yeah. So after we were playing, listen, the battle was really good. The issue was that we're playing it, and I'm like, and we're both thinking it. We're like, man, if we had come here any earlier in the game,
you would have got destroyed.
You would have got destroyed.
Yeah.
But because Travis kind of plays like I do, like we look for everything. We're looking for everything. So all the experience you get levels you up over time. So if you rush through the game, you might not be at a certain level by that point in the game. But we were max level. We're at 12. And I'm like, what do you mean he goes like, that's all you get is 12. I'm like, what do you mean that's all we get is 12? Like we're doing all this other stuff. I'm like, all we got is 12. I'm like, all right, I guess 12 is it. Then now I don't care about what we're doing because 12 is max.
How many hours you guys are in the campaign so far?
I mean, let's call it 3 hours a Sunday for the last. When did we start, Travis? Did we start in July?
4 months ago, 5 months ago.
Did we start in July? Did we start around my birthday? When did we start? I don't remember.
No, you started earlier than that. You started like in May.
Earlier than July?
I think you guys started like April or May.
Well, if we say it's May,
so what, 12 hours, 12 hours?
12 times 5 months.
Okay. So you're on like 70 hours, 60 to 70 hours.
Yeah, and there's stuff, because I'm doing the other playthrough.
Yeah,
there's stuff that I found already that I didn't do in the first one. So yeah, there's a lot of hours in that game.
Yeah. I forget, we talked about this a couple of months ago. Like you guys are playing. If I came in now, would I just take control of one of the other characters that's in your game at that level?
I don't know how that would work. I'm
not
not
that
sure
I want to. I'm just asking just to know.
No. I'm trying to figure out because when you were invited to the game, he invites you, and so you're in the party. So either you have to have had a character and you bring it in.
Like I don't have a character that high, so I don't know how that. I don't know how.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's making a wish? Make
Krebsy's
horsemen.
making fun
no.
of.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
I got
Krebsy's
it.
making.
I got it.
Yeah, make a game, sell a game, right? Well, so I think I think you guys, I would take over one of your other NPCs to come in, because if I came in, I would be 0.
I just don't like that
And then
it's
I would
only
get murdered.
4. I don't like that it's only 4 characters. Like, I get why it is, but they allow you to your summon creatures to offset the you being outnumbered, which is okay.
Yeah.
But I think that the game will go berserko if you had like 6 people in the party. But it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying the game is fantastic. All I'm saying is I don't like the fact that it's only 4 player. Like, you can only have 4 people in your
Okay,
party.
Travis says you would have to play one of the other characters. That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless I had a character that was that level, then I could bring him in. Right? I would assume that's what you could do. All right.
I mean, I hoard everything because I got to make sure, because I was the wizard, I got to make sure I have enough gold to get the spells learned. So I have to make sure I'm hoarding a bunch of stuff to sell.
I'm trying to think. I have to look at what the past broadcasts, because I've been playing Arc Raiders. There was another game I was playing, but I can't remember what the fuck it was. I'll be honest with you. Like, I have no idea. Like, I'm on the Arc Raider, and it's funny because right before the show started, I asked Sarge. I was like, "Did Arc Raiders come out Friday, or did it come out like a while ago?" Like, I feel like I've just.
Yeah, you played the.
It came out last Thursday. It came out last Thursday. Yeah. Because I haven't.
The game's getting a lot of traction, man. Everyone plays little clips of the what do they call it? The mic moments.
They're hilarious, man. They're absolutely hilarious. Some of the stuff that happens in this game, and the role playing, and
the randomness to me, I think the randomness is half the fun in that game because of what happens in the game.
Yeah, I saw a new clip of a guy. He's a British guy, okay, and he's on Bluegate, and he's opening up one of the husks of the Rocketeer, right? And all of a sudden, a guy shoots him, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And he turns towards the guy, and he says it out loud to the guy. He's like, "What the fuck's your problem?" Right? And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "I'm just trying to get some fucking apricots over here for my family." Right? Like, he's role playing inside the world, and the guy's like, "Oh, well, now I feel like an asshole." He's like, "Well, you should feel like an asshole." He's like, "Come on, man." He's like, "What are you, one of the?" He's like, "We should work together and fight the Ark." Right? It was just a funny moment. He's like, "All right." The other guy's like, "All right."
Yeah, but it's shoot first.
I'll let you go. Sure. Yeah, no, it was just funny though, because he shot him in the head, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I feel really bad now." Like, it's just random shit that happens. Earlier today, our first match, me, Sweat Dog, and Mr. Luke are playing. We're in Buried City. We're like running across the way just to find apricots and prickly pears on the ground. And all of a sudden, we're just minding our own business. And all of a sudden, we hear footsteps come up, and 2 guys are like, "Hey, don't shoot." And we're like, "Okay," like, you're on guard because you're like, "Okay, these guys are playing us or something." And they're like, "Hey, do you guys want to help us, fight the Bastion?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure." So now 5 of us are running across the map, and then someone takes a pot shot at us, and we're like, "Oh, this guy, whoever took that pot shot doesn't know there's 5 of us grouping up together." Then we run over there and we pick up a 6th guy. Okay. And then we get up to the Bastion. There's a 7th guy there, and we're all fighting the Bastion. We kill the Bastion. And at the end, no one's shooting. No one's throwing a grenade. No one's throwing anything. We all just run up, and we're all just looting and taking whatever we can, put in your back. And then some people like ran off. They're like, "I'm fucking gone," because they don't know what's going to happen. Because one loose cannon to just be like, and then everyone just starts shooting. Right? So then the group with us, the 2 guys, which we thought were 3, was like, "Oh, we'll just follow you." And I was like, "Well, I don't really trust him." Right? So in mic, I'm like, "All right, let's go. Yeah."
It's like a microcosm of fucking reality.
Then I mute in game, and I'm talking to Mr. Luke. I go, "I'm gonna stay back and let them follow you. So if they do anything," he's like, yeah. So he's leading. We're in between. I'm running behind. Like, it's just a cool moment because you in the back of your head, you're like, something could go south real fast in any moment.
Any minute.
Yeah, any minute. Which is pretty cool. Then there's other times we jump in the mat. We had another group that took pot shots at us. We were minding our own business. They took pot shots at us. I hid behind a bush. They shot at Sweat Dog. And then Sweat Dog hid, and then I came out, and they thought I was him. So they shot me, and they thought he was by himself, okay? So then I hide in the bush and I see where they are. Then they come running past us because they think we're gone. I murder both of them. Sweat Dog takes out the third guy on the other side. So it's like cool because you could be the aggressor, but you don't want to be the aggressor. You're kind of just doing your own thing unless someone tries some shit. But if they get the jump on you, they could take you down real fast, all depending on what weapons they have. So one minute, we're killing somebody, and then the next match, we literally spawned in, went to one building, and then died because someone came into the building with us and then murdered us.
It seems to me that you'd have to be around the AI robots in order to protect yourself. So, because if they take the pot shot at you and don't kill you, then they're alerted to them, and then they have to start fighting them, and it gives you a chance to finish with the, like if I was playing Get My Shit and Get Out, that I would probably have to look around stuff where there's a robot that I have to risk being followed, but hope that I don't get shot. But if I do get shot at and he doesn't kill me, then he creates the problem.
Yeah, and when you play solo, it's like a completely different experience. Like,
of course.
So last week when I just started playing in the morning before our show, now I've put in about 30, 40 hours into the game, and I'm level 24, 25. When you play solo, it's a completely different experience than when you play with duos or trios, right? Trios is shoot first, never ask questions, right? Very rarely, like what happened today, people come up and we work together. If you go into a solo match, you're walking past someone because when you're in a trio, there's only 6 teams on the board. So there's only 6 spawn points that you can appear at, okay? When you're by yourself, there's 18 people on the board, and they're all spawning out in 18 different places, right? So you run across people easier in solos than you would if you're in trios, okay? And duos, there needs to be a duo lobby, because sometimes the duos get thrown in to the trios as well, and you get outnumbered and you're screwed. You're done. But when you're solo, everybody wants at least one person to help them. They're like, "Hey, what's going on?" They're like, "Hey, can I extract with you?" You're like, "Yeah, come on," And then people backstab you and stuff like that. But everyone's on, I don't want to say on edge, but they're more willing to forgive someone if they shoot them and stuff. Like, hey, I'm cool. And they're like, okay, because they're shooting first because they don't want you to shoot them first, right? That's basically what's happening in solos.
That's how it works.
Yeah, but most of the time in solos, you're like, oh, hey, friendly. And they're like, okay, cool. And then you just go about your way. Completely different experience. I forget who it was. Force Gaming was talking about. He says right now in single player, it's really like peaceful for most of the time. Like 80% of the time, like no one will bother you. He goes, but as people level up, and let's say they get bored, the trios get bored, 2 of their friends leave, and that one friend still wants to play, but now he doesn't have a group to run with. He's going to go down to the solos, and he's going to murder the solos and stuff like that. If the solos, because it happened today, right? There was so many of us in trios that were working together. When one guy took a shot at us, he threw a grenade at Luke. Okay, Luke shot him. He's like, "Oh, what happened?" But there was 6 of us outside the window. Like, he didn't know we were all together. So he saw Luke try to kill Luke. Luke killed him. And he's like, "Well, why'd you kill me?" You're like, "You threw a fucking grenade at me. Like, what am I supposed to do?" Right? So there's people that think they can take advantage and then try to talk their way out of it, which is actually pretty fun with the actual role playing and whatnot. Sure. Because some people will be like, "Oh, well, if you help me, I'll revive you." There's people giving puzzles. They're like, they shoot him down. They go, "I have a defib. I'm going to give you a riddle. And if you answer the riddle, then I'll revive you." One guy goes, "Fuck you." And he just kills himself, suicide. He's like, I'm not dealing with this shit. But then other people play along, right? Other people, I saw another clip today. 4 people were in, I forget where they were, if it was a spaceport.
Riddle.
And apparently there's like a door that you can go in, but someone can shut it on you. So they're all talking, and the guy knows this. The other guys don't. They all walk into the room. He jumps out, closes the door, and locks it, right? And he goes, "A little game for you. You guys are stuck in there." He goes, "One of you needs to kill the other 2 people. Whoever's alive at the end, I will split the loot with you," right? So the guy's inside the room.
Now he's making it Saw.
Yeah. So now the guys inside the room start shooting their guns, okay, to pretend they killed somebody, and they went quiet, and then one guy spoke. So then he opened the door, and then they killed the guy, right? Like, it's interesting. It's cool. It's interesting. Something about this game. It's not new.
But then didn't the moron listen for the flare?
Probably not, right? Right. Something about this game, it's not innovative, right? It's just an extraction shooter.
But it does scratch an itch.
Correct. Right. The iPhone didn't make the cell phone, right? The cell phone's been around, but the iPhone innovated what the cell phone became, right? This is made the extraction genre, which was a niche market, and it's broadened its. Yeah, it's opened it up more broadly, and it feels more approachable because the way they go about it, it's like the gear and stuff that you lose is it's not a big deal. You're always kind of progressing. There's always something that you could bring back with you, even if you lose everything. If you went in and lost everything, when you get back, there's Scrappy, the chicken, which gives you basic materials. So every match you get a certain amount of materials, then you can make something, right? So if you lost your weapon, you'll have enough materials to make a weapon, or you'll have enough stuff to scrap to make money to then buy a weapon, right? There's always something that's a give-take type of thing.
There's a fallback position in the game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be too oppressive.
Yeah, so it's really interesting and fun the way they're doing it. They already have a roadmap that they came out with earlier this week and said that...
You know how I love roadmaps.
Yeah, they said that there's no roadmap, and now they came out with a roadmap, and they're bringing new stuff out every month. So they're bringing a new map, new game mode type of thing. There's interesting things they do in the game already, as far as like there's different events happening on all the maps all the time for every hour. There's night raids, which brings up the amount of arc on the board. Also puts up the amount of loot that's on the board, but it's also dark. So you're like big risk reward type of thing. Then there's on certain maps, there's like lush thing, whatever, where the baskets of fruit happen. So if you need fruit, you go to that map to get the fruit. There's raider caches. There's queen event, the harvester event.
Well, it's like selective loot, like it was in Division 2.
Yeah.
But Krebsy has a good point. Like right now, everyone's vying for saving weapons and building better stuff. Eventually, you're going to get people who have the really best stuff who are going to be out just ganking people on purpose, like we said before.
Sure.
But I don't think the reset reward is enough to keep people who have worked hard to get those weapons to want to reset themselves, as opposed to just going around and ganking people with the best weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the
bonus isn't good enough.
Yeah, but the people that do reset, the guys who grind, want that reason to go do it again because they get the extra 10% on a reward or something. And then they're slowly going to build up again, and they're going to be playing tens of hours anyway. So they're going to catch up to the people that don't reset. So the person that was way ahead, by the end of the season, this gap closes in. These people reset. It goes down. So the guys that play a lot of hours are now the low man on the totem pole. The people that don't reset are the high man on the totem pole because they have the better weapons, they have the better things. But if these guys are better, they'll catch up. And then it'll be even again, right?
Because you'll know where to go to get the
right every 7 weeks. So I think Krebsy has a point, but at the same time, every 7 weeks it resets and negates and goes back to square one again.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah, no, obviously we will.
We're gonna find out sometime in February when people have been grinding for 3 months. We'll see how it goes.
There's a lot of people talking about. Well, there's a difference here. People are saying, oh, they need to add a PvE mode only. But other people are like, it doesn't need a PvE mode. And I'm like, well, the people saying it doesn't need a PvE mode are the ones that don't want the people that they're shitting on to leave to go play a PvE mode, right? They want the easy kills for the people that are playing in a PvP.
I mean, once again, it's a microcosm of reality.
Yeah. Every 7 weeks, Jones, or 8 weeks. Technically, it's the 7th week it opens up. You can reset your thing expedition, and then when the 8th week is done, this next season you get that bonus. So every 8 weeks, it actually resets. I said 7 because that's when the expedition opens up, and you decide if you would like to reset or not. So, to me, and here we'll go. We'll go into top stories because Shroud says something real fast, and it kind of goes into Arc Raiders. So let's go to top stories. All right, so let me bring this up. This is this no, this is Rockstar. Where is it? I gotta find it. Shroud was talking about that he brings this up and says, could this game be considered game of the year, right? And there's a lot of game of the year talk going on right here. So let me bring this up, right? So Shroud, everyone's like, well, who gives a shit what Shroud says? It's just a talking point, right? We're having a conversation. So Shroud just started a Game of the Year war between Arc Raiders and Expedition 33. He says we all have to band together. Obsessed with Arc Raiders, top streamer Shroud rallied his community to get behind Embark extraction shooter behind Game Awards, right? Because he's got a big following. So he's saying that, but it doesn't really matter if they vote or not because the industry votes for the majority of the stuff, right? So he says predicting that Clear Obscure Expedition 33 to win Game of the Year at the Game Awards next month is one of the Sunrest bets you can also make. Okay, the bad word barely uttered is also the critics, but it also shifted millions of copies to become a beloved games everywhere. Gamers are everywhere. However, for one of the biggest live streamers on the planet, former Counter-Strike player pro Michael Shroud said Arc Raiders should scoop the reward. In fact, he's so impassioned by the belief of the addicted Embark Studios' new extraction shooter that he called for the fans of a multiplayer game everywhere to band together when the Game Awards public voting commences so that Arc Raider beats Expedition 33 for the top prize for the year. Now, he says, I think Arc Raiders is totally fantastic. If you also read pretty much anything I've also written about the game in the last couple of months, you also know that already. It's also certainly one of the games of the year, creating more emergent, memorable moments in the week, and most also rivals do in the full rotation of the sun. Now, it says, I still have to think very hard about calling the absolute game of the year pick, though, due to this Expedition 33 and the joyous blueprints, Shroud, though, has made up his mind, given the competitive background. Now, I get this, right? I think the game is a wonderful game. So my question:
there's no standard for voting
for what
game of the year.
Is it like highest rating? Is it the most sales? Is it the
no? It's not even that. Like
no, I know what I'm saying. There is nothing.
What are you judging it? What are the standards that you are judging the game by? Everybody across the board looks at games in different ways. If there, once again, we say it every year, if there's a criteria to the award show of what you're looking for in a game, not only will game developers strive to hit those marks inside the game, but it makes it more understood of what the hell they're going for, as opposed to just making a game and then we're going to say, okay, this year we're going to pick Tom and his team because they worked really hard and Tom's dog died and he should get the award to make him feel better. Like that's the reason why the game won Game of the Year, as opposed to the game won because the game was the best game in the category, right? We talk about this all the time. Should be 5 or 6 voting categories, and the score out of those 5 gives you the total for the game, and then we can just actually break down the games. It wouldn't be a big deal because some games are better in certain categories than others, but when you add up all the scores together, they would be the same or close to it.
The way I look at this is that a Game of the Year should have the most possible rewards, meaning like sound design, your game got nominated for sound design. Sure. Game design, your game got nominated for game design. Best direction, best art department, right? Or best art design. And then if your game got into like 4 or 5 of those categories, then you would be considered one of the opportunity to be Game of the Year. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It shouldn't be that
it shouldn't be like
3 games get multiple awards and all of a sudden some game from left field who got no awards all of a sudden is inside the Game of the Year because they have to. Because they have to mix up the category. Right.
It should have multiple things, at least in my head. It should have multiple things that it was nominated for, and then if it has 2 or 3 awards out of the thing, that's one of the things that comes into best game. Because how can you become best game of the year if you weren't nominated for best score or best game design or best audio design?
But this is why I think to them they do this other thing behind the scenes.
Correct.
Of how they score the game.
Correct.
Like, for instance, if I look at Claire Obscure's Expedition 33, if I look at that, I look at it as an innovation of turn-based games coming into the future.
Correct.
Like what a turn-based game should be now. Like you innovated enough the turn-based game and you made
iPhone
it better.
Analogy again. It changed what that category was. Right. Yeah.
Now, did Arc Raiders reinvent the wheel? No. But it did something different for the genre to get more people involved, but I wouldn't say it's game breaking. You want to know why I wouldn't say it's game breaking? Because if you look at it, you go, these guys did a great job, but they should, judging by who they are and what came in the past, the game should be well. The game should have been done well, which it is.
But Water, what I'm saying is, right, so Water's saying because the Game of the Year means just that, 30, it's a game. It's fun. It doesn't need to have best story. Gameplay is amazing. Game of the Year, to me, one in
you're
my
saying,
head.
what is the best of the best?
4 criteria would be the top score games of the year would be 1. 2, it would be maybe most sales percentage wise, whatever, not actual sales, because 10 million and 5 million for a game that costs 50 million compared to 250 million is completely different, right? Story, art, sound design, acting, right? Like it has to have multiple things. And if one game has 4 categories and another game has 0 categories and it automatically in best game of the year because it's fun, it's like, does that really make sense? Yeah, why are you there compared to other games that have multiple things across the board, right? Is Arc Raiders going to be nominated for Game of the Year? Potentially. I mean, I think it'll be there for sound design, 100%. Sound design is fucking amazing, right? I think the game design itself could be nominated for something like that. Art design, I think it could also get nominated for that. I don't think this year, and I would be glad to be wrong, that it gets into the pool of Game of the Year because there's just so many games that have come out this year between Expedition 33, between my point of, I think Split Fiction's an amazing game. I think it should be nominated, right? There is Blue Point. I thought that was another great game. There's Hades 2. People are saying Donkey Kong, right? People are saying maybe Mario Galaxy 2 or whatever it was that came out. There's lots of games that could be nominated, but there's only 6 spots, right? There's only 6 spots to get into that thing. So I think it's really hard. Now, does this mean that if Arc Raiders doesn't get nominated, it's a shit game? No, it doesn't mean it's a shit game. It just means that it didn't make the cut, but that goes to any game.
But that's my point. See, if the entire process is abstract, then I'll be honest with you, I don't really care who wins.
Right,
because you guys are just reaching into a hat and picking out a name. You're not actually basing it on anything, right? If you want an award to mean something, it has to have a criteria behind it. If we're going to gamble, it can't be gentleman's bet all up and down, right? Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose, and someone beat somebody else for a reason. They beat you, not because someone's name got drawn out.
They're picking the award is like picking people to be on your dodgeball team. They're just picking because they have to fill the positions. They don't really want to hurt anyone's feelings, right? Like technically, one game can come out a year. Let's just say it was Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto comes out. Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out next year, okay, and it just sweeps. It's best game, best narrative, best acting, best thing. If that's what it is, that's what it should get. It shouldn't be like, well, we can't give Grand Theft Auto best acting because it won the other 3 awards, so we have to give it to. Do you know what I mean? Like it should be rewarded based on the merits of what it is, not a popularity contest because who's paying the bills.
Discuss this. There is no criteria.
I know,
it's just whatever.
Yeah.
So if I'm gonna pick, I know the 6 I would have, but
do you think Arc Raiders makes that?
As far as I think Arc Raiders will win an award somewhere, but I don't.
No, Game of the Year. Do you think Arc Raiders could be Game of the Year?
I don't think it should be Game of the Year.
Chat, do you guys think Arc Raiders should be Game of the Year?
It's not overwhelmingly doing above and beyond.
I'm not saying win, just nominated for Game of the Year, by the way.
Yeah. I don't think so.
It's
done well.
I just don't think Arc Raiders takes a spot from the other 9 games that were here before it. I don't know.
You have to, at the very least, Game of the Year should be at least nominations should be people who are striving to do better in the genre of video games, doing something different and better than somebody else, not doing the job, which is making a game that's complete and works when it finally comes out. Like you're not nominated because your game worked, right? Yeah. You have to be doing above and beyond what everybody else is doing gets you nominated, not just doing your job. I showed up today, so I should get an award. Like that's not how it works. I
think right there, what Eclipse is saying. No, I don't think it should be Game of the Year. Multiplayer of the Year, hell yeah. Yeah, separate category, multiplayer, sure.
There you go.
Game of the Year, I don't think it makes it. If there's a multiplayer Game of the Year, 100%, I think one should be nominated, and in my opinion, probably should win. Because who's the other one? Call of Duty and Battlefield 6, because this is better.
They have to make categories more meaningful and not these other categories that they skip through just because they want to make some stuff up. You know, like just keep it simple. Music, acting, gameplay, story. Like the categories aren't supposed to be 45,000 categories. We can narrow this down. But if you want to do a subcategory on like different genres of games and they battle out for each other, that's fine.
Sure. Sometimes there's not enough games that come out that year in the genre. So,
but that's fine. Then guess what? Somebody else should get their act together, because you know as well as I do, for some strange reason, when they release a game, all of a sudden all of the games that copycats are all released at the same time. It's weird.
Right.
It's weird. No one likes chess. All of a sudden there are 6 chess games in the same year. Weird how that happens.
Yeah.
Why?
All right, next story. Helldivers. It says, we're changing our approach to Helldivers 2. The dev explains what's next for the popular shooter. He says, after receiving a wealth of feedback,
servers.
Yeah, wealth of feedback of community, Helldivers production director Alex Boley explains that Arrowhead Studios is changing the approach of delivering new content in the popular shooter. Helldivers, released in 2024, quickly became one of the hottest games of the year. And I feel like, speaking of Arc Raiders, I feel like Arc Raiders is the Helldivers of this year, what Helldivers was last year, right? Seemed to prioritize content over optimization, negatively impacting even the most dedicated players. In a recent Q&A, the game director discussed the current state of Helldivers 2, acknowledging that the title is starting to break at the seams. According to Erickson, the issue is the results of choice made while pushing forward with new content. He claimed that also throughout the development team continued to get away with things that they shouldn't have been able to pull off. This became something that a trend inevitably began to influence the title performance and optimization. It seemed that Arrowhead Game Studios is taking a moment to chart a new course forward, and also appears to dedicate the navigating the current live service environment while also delivering the best possible experience for fans. So in a recent interview by Arrowhead website, Helldivers 2 production director explained that the next popular shooter as a developer shift their focus away from delivering new content at such a rapid pace. He said particularly attention is also called hardening, which is also the final steps in the development process before the content is released. He says for the longest time, the feature would also be considered ready for implemented into the release build, but after a very last minute. We're also working with teams to stop that. Instead, it seems the developer will be focusing their efforts on seeking out issues and addressing them during the steps before fresh content is delivered in the community. These changes in the development process should welcome news to players that also have grown frustrated with Helldivers 2. So basically what they're saying is, we release something, then we fix that thing before we release the next thing, okay?
You mean like a normal person would?
Right. The funny part is, this is how broke the industry is, because the industry used to just make a game to sell a game, and now they kind of make a game, they put it out, they fix it over time, and then it breaks at the seams, and then they're like, oh, we're fixing it, you got to deal with this, just give us, we really appreciate your time. You know what I mean? And now they're like, hey, news break. We're actually going to make the thing first, make sure it works, fix the problems with that thing, and then we're going to make new content after that. Oh, okay. You mean like a alpha test, beta test, release, full release, that type of thing? But now the alpha test, beta test is out in the open. Everyone tests it for them, then they make the fixes, and then they put the stuff in. So I think this is good, but
I mean, let's just be honest. You're using the player base as your testers because you don't want
100%. We are the QA testers.
You don't want to pay testers. Right? I mean, I don't believe, once again, I don't believe for a moment that they're not making enough money game-wise. I don't believe that for a moment. I do believe that most of these large studios are bloated and have too many people working on the game, and the number's too high for them to recoup the losses when they sell a game, because the number of sales needed to balance out is too high for a studio, right? But in their eyes, in the corpo's eyes, they have to get this game out at a specific time, so they think throwing more people at it gets it out earlier. And we already know that it doesn't matter how many people you throw at it, it still ends up the same way. It still has to go through the same process. All you just did is cause more cost to the game.
Yeah.
Nothing changed, right? You worked 7 years on a game with 150 people. Now you worked 7 years on a game with 450 people, and it still came out in the same time. So what did you save? You didn't save shit.
Right. Well, going from that to this is like earth-shattering news, the next story for a lot of people, even though myself, Krebsy, quite a few people were like, yeah, it's going to be delayed
Most
again.
Most people who watch us in this chat already know.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about Grand Theft Auto's delay, but real quick, this to me is kind of funny because they knew they were delaying it, hence why they're doing this, right? So GTA Online is now including with GTA Plus membership. Okay, so for $8 a month, you can get GTA Online, Red Dead Redemption, Bully, LA Noire, and other games in addition to further benefits. Okay, Rockstar has announced a big new addition to GTA Plus subscription service. As of today, GTA 5's multiplayer mode, GTA 5 Online, is included with the membership of PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. GTA Online became a standalone game in 2022, and it was also free on PlayStation 5 for a period of time. Now, however, it costs $20 on its own. GTA Plus costs $8 a month, and there's no annual plan. The subscription service is available across PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, S, and PC, but GTA Online is not included in GTA Plus on PC-only console. One of the perks of GTA Plus is access to the library of Rockstar games, and GTA Online is just the latest of the other included GTA Vice City, the Definitive Edition, GTA 3, the Definitive Edition, GTA The Trilogy Definitive Edition, Bully, Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire, GTA Liberty City Stories, GTA China Wars, and these games are playable as long as your subscription remains active. Okay. Beyond access to the games, GTA Plus gives members an in-game cash infusion for GTA's 500,000 each billing cycle, access in-game discounts, exclusive in-game vehicles, and special perks of GTA Online like a 100-car garage and member-only app. It remains to be seen, though, what will happen to GTA Online, GTA Plus when GTA 6 arrives in 2026. Now, obviously, they're doing this because they're trying to get people into the ecosystem and whatnot. Okay, so they announced this today at 8:03 a.m. Okay, but just before, we're talking about just hours ago. Okay, around 4:05 p.m. Okay, which is 10 hours later, 8 hours later, right? So Grand Theft Auto. Hi everyone. Rockstar comes out here and says Grand Theft Auto 6 will now release on Thursday, November 19th, 2026. He says,
that's a whole nother year, bro.
We are so sorry for adding additional time to what we realize has been a long wait. But these extra months will allow us to finish the game with the level of polish you have come to expect and deserve. This is the same thing they said when they delayed it in May. May 2nd is when they came out and said, we're moving it from this year to March or May of next year. 1 year from when they announced the last one to May, and now here we are, November, and now they're saying it comes out next November, right?
Well, first, I'm gonna give a hand to Krebsy because he called it. I'll give you for October, buddy. I'm gonna give.
No, he said October, November. Yeah,
I'm giving it to him. I'm giving it to him because we all know. But the fact remains is, if you are a year out and you still need more time, and you're announcing dates and you still can't hit it, something's going on, bro.
I said on this podcast, I said that it's going to get delayed to November because they want to push it closer to the new releases of the new consoles. Okay.
Yes.
Now, we know the consoles are coming out in 2027. Okay.
Yep.
So now if this comes out in 2026, that's 6 months before, because usually they'll drop the consoles at like August, September the following year. Okay. They'll start doing the promotion stuff and telling Grand Theft Auto. So people will get the Grand Theft Auto now for PlayStation and for Xbox and whatnot. It is interesting, though. It's not one of the stories that we have, but I talked about it earlier today with PlayStation talking about buy on PC or buy on PlayStation, and you can also play it on PC. A rumor has surfaced where PlayStation might be saying buy here, play in multiple locations, okay, for certain titles. We do know Sony has the rights, advertisement rights for Grand Theft Auto. We do know that Sony wants to get those PlayStations out there. They've raised the price. Obviously, they're very expensive when this game comes out. If it's $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, whatever it is. It would be interesting if you buy Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation, that you can play it on PlayStation and also PC, which would mean day and date on PC and console.
Yeah, but all that says to me is you lose more sales. I don't understand why that's a good idea.
Well,
why would
they lose more sales?
Why is buying it for PlayStation allow me to play it on PC as well?
Well, if you buy it there, then you can play it on the PC as well. Like right now, Arc Raiders, I can play Arc Raiders on Xbox, or I can play it on my PC.
Right, but you lose the sale. You lose the sale on.
No,
PC,
PlayStation is still making the sales third party. You're thinking your logic is for first party titles. This is a third party title. They don't own Grand Theft Auto.
No, I get that. But if I buy it, if I'm buying Grand Theft Auto for PlayStation, you're telling me that I can also play it on PC.
yeah, that's not losing a sale. You're making the sale on PlayStation. You could just play that game also on PC.
But I don't have to rebuy it.
No.
Then that's a losing of a sale. That's what I'm saying.
Who's losing the sale?
If I know, I buy it.
Are you saying Grand Theft Auto's losing the sale, or are you saying PlayStation's losing the sale?
It doesn't matter. You're losing a sale. It doesn't matter who's losing the sale. You're losing a sale.
No, you get a percentage of it. They get a percentage of it.
Why would they get a percentage of it?
Because rules would be set in place when you buy something, right? So like Microsoft right now, they own the Microsoft Store. So when a game comes out third party and they buy it on Microsoft or they buy it on Xbox, they're still buying it and they get a percentage. If it's 30%, if it's 40%, if it's 50%, whatever the deal is. So if PlayStation does the same deal, and I'm just saying if Grand Theft Auto does this, okay, if they do a deal with PlayStation and say, yeah, this game is going to be one of those games that you can purchase on PlayStation and also play it on PC. It's a buy one, get it for two. They would still get their cut of it. People would buy it. They're still getting a percentage. Grand Theft Auto, they only get a percentage of Grand Theft Auto anyway. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
they're not getting the full price of Grand Theft Auto. They get only a percentage of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, but what I'm looking at is all this talk about how gaming's so expensive and how they're all trying to get their own slice of the pie. Meanwhile, they keep doing more and more reasons why I buy one place and I can play it on multiple things as opposed to getting multiple sales from multiple platforms. That's all I'm saying. Like, they keep talking about how gaming is too expensive and they can't make enough money, but meanwhile, you keep shortening the list of where I buy this game at. Instead of buying it on PlayStation and buying it on PC, now I only have to buy it one time.
Correct. It's more convenient for the consumer. Yeah.
Sure, it's convenient for the consumer, but what about all this money they need to make? I keep hearing about.
Well, more people would be interested if I could buy it once here, then I don't have to double buy it, right?
Well, I'm gonna just assume this just is a
only
direct to PC buy for me anyway.
The only reason I'm bringing it up,
fucking around with any more Xbox consoles.
Well, the only reason I'm bringing it up is if by this time next year, right, if it is true that PC comes out and PlayStation comes out with the buy now and you can play it both places, like Krebsy's saying here, he's saying the only way cross-buy works is PC, if PlayStation launches their own PC launcher. I don't think they're going to launch their own launcher myself. I just don't think they want the infrastructure for that. But that's just my opinion. Early. They might do it down the line, but not early. But we'll see. But cross-buy is a thing probably for rumored handheld that's coming from them, right? Either way, the reason I'm saying buy this, if this could be one of the titles that comes across, obviously for Xbox as well, that it could come out day and date for console and PC.
Oh, I think that's going to be 100%.
Right? That's the only reason I'm bringing it up, where now, because if PlayStation's doing the buy now, play in two places, and Microsoft is doing that as well, Grand Theft Auto coming out on consoles could be one of those titles that could be a play anywhere title as well. And that's the only reason I'm bringing it out there.
Yeah, I still think this battle between the systems and what they're trying to force to happen is not going to happen the way they want it to happen. Trying to make a subscription, trying to make games expensive enough to where you think that players are going to want to pay for subscription services in order to offset the cost of gaming, I don't think is going to work. Because even by their own metrics, they say that a normal, quote unquote, normal gamer only buys 2 or 3 titles a year. And so if you believe that they're going to pay 3 or 4 titles just on subscriptions alone before they buy anything else, I don't see it happening. I don't see that
I think
working out for them.
I think the way that the companies are looking at it is if you only buy 2-3 games a year, the more games they put on play anywhere type of thing. I'm just saying play anywhere. I know it's an Xbox thing, but if it's on any console, it would attract people to go, oh, well, that's actually a pretty good deal. Basically, I'm getting 2 copies of the game for the price of one. It kind of justifies the $70, $80 for that game now, because technically, if it's an $80 game, you're paying $40 for this one and $40 for this one if you can play it in 2 different places. You know what I mean? I'm just saying kind of like justify why people would be like willing to maybe purchase something because it is in multiple places now. It's more of a value towards the customer.
Yeah, I think there's multiple things going on, though, with Rockstar that they delayed it again, because you don't... What did you learn? What did you learn in 3 months? That all of a sudden, what did you learn in 3 months that you delayed it once?
Oh, you're talking about Grand Theft Auto.
What did you learn? Yeah, what did you learn in 3 months that you decided, well, after this 3 months, we reevaluate again, and we're still not going to be able to hit. We're not going to be able to hit 6 months or 6 months from now or 8 months from now. We have to make it a whole other year. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? You were ready to go, and then all of a sudden you weren't. There's something else going on. There's something else going on.
For Life says, for what I have paid out in Game Pass the past years, I could have bought the games I have been playing and saved some money. Sure, if you're playing, like I've said this in the past, for Life, as far as like, if you are playing Sea of Thieves on Game Pass and you're paying a monthly fee, you shouldn't do that. You should buy Sea of Thieves for $40. If you're playing Minecraft Dungeons, you should buy it instead of play thing. If you're playing Call of Duty, you should buy Call of Duty, not pay for Call of Duty monthly on Game Pass, right? There's certain games that Game Pass is for, and there's other games that are not. So you wouldn't pay a live service game on Game Pass because you're paying, basically you've made it an MMO. You're paying a monthly fee to play the same game every month, where it's more like for, if you want to play Atomfall and you beat Atomfall and you put it down, you want to play it Avowed and then you put it down. If you want to play Indiana Jones and then you put it down, like these single player games, then 100% you would get your money's worth of doing Game Pass. But if you're playing games that you're playing just one game, you're playing that for 3 months, well, then you might as well just buy the game for full price because you're saving yourself money in the long run. You're absolutely correct. Yep. Right? Not every game is meant to be played on Game Pass. This is why if it's a $40 game like Sea of Thieves, or if it was a $15 or $20 game like Minecraft Dungeons, just go buy the game. Right?
Everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
The only thing I laugh about now, and after the one story that came out, the only thing I really laugh about is they say when the new Xbox console comes out, whatever the fuck it is it's not going to charge you for being online. And I just laughed.
Well, it is because you're still paying for Game Pass, which is $10.
No, but what I'm saying is
it's included. It's included in the thing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. They're just removing the verbiage from what it was before. Because remember, you were paying for live before, right?
Right.
Now you're telling me I'm not paying for live, but I'm still paying for live.
You're still paying for live. It's just baked into the actual thing.
You telling me I'm not paying for live after charging $30. I'm still paying for live. You know what I mean? Like it makes me laugh the way they try to sell it.
Right. So, more Rockstar news here. Rockstar claims it's fired dozens of workers last week for leaking company secrets, not for trying to unionize. So there's two stories baked in one here. There was a rumor going around.
But do we know the facts is the problem?
Yeah, so rumor was going around that Rockstar fired 30 employees, and the reason they fired these 30 employees is because they were trying to unionize. Okay. But then they came back and said, no, we didn't fire them because of unionization. We fired them because they were being disgruntled, or what's the word they use? They were being insubordinating, misconduct, right? For gross misconduct and other reasons, but didn't elaborate on this. Okay.
Well, I got news for you. Gross misconduct is trying to do a union in the middle of your thing. That's what gross misconduct is.
Well, here it says, now Bloomberg has received an update statement from Rockstar, which the company claims that gross misconduct in question revolved around sharing a company information in a forum that included non-Rockstar staff, which would be a fired offense. I've told this story when I worked for Apple, and I went to go pick up Sarge at work one day, and he asked me how work was, and I said, man, the iPods are selling like hotcakes. That's all I said. I didn't say a denomination, because what is a hotcake and what's the price of that, right? I just said selling like hotcakes, meaning they're flying off the shelves, right? And there was an Apple executive eating at the restaurant that heard me say that to him as I picked him up. And then when I got to work the next day, I got disciplined, right? I was written up because I was talking about sales numbers, even though, and I sat there and said, what's the price of a hotcake, right? You can't tell me. So obviously I won that case. But that's what's happening here, right? They're saying, well, you're being misconducted but they were giving out information, right? It says, last week we took action against a small number of individuals who were also found to be distributing and discussing confidential information in a public forum, a violation of our company's policies. That statement is claimed. This was no way related to the people right now to join a union, engaging in union activities. Okay.
Well, here's my feeling about it. I think it's a lie, and I think they did fire them because they were trying to unionize. Because you know how unions and workplace things don't go really well.
Right. Of course,
happens.
The companies don't want unionization.
I'm very well aware of the whole union thing. Right now, that being said, when was the last time you heard a leak from Rockstar ever? I heard that these guys were under lock and key, chained to the wall.
4 years ago,
like long time, bro.
When all the leaks came out.
Yeah, a long time ago. All the people that you can't leak nothing. Now all of a sudden it's like, all of a sudden there's just holes everywhere where you're leaking. All of a sudden, I don't think so. I don't think that you're under lock and key for this long. Discipline's good, and then all of a sudden shit goes wrong. Like,
well,
something else is happening.
Here it says independent worker unions in Great Britain. President Alex Marshall seamlessly dismisses the explanation, maintaining that the union's eyes Rockstar engaged in union busting. Okay, Marshall said that Rockstar has afraid of hard working staff privately discussing exercising the rights of fair workplace and collective voice, adding management are showing that they don't care about delays of GTA 6 and that they're prioritizing union busting by targeting the very people who also make the game. This was the second notable recent incident involving the IWGB. Last month, it said filing multiple actions against the Mind's Eye studio builder Rockboy, which is ex-Rockstar people that worked there and went to go make another studio. But so what do you guys? What do you think, Sarge? Do you think it's because of the leaks, or do you think it's because of the union?
Well, we could just pretend like we're talking about a rag mag right now, because number one, I don't know what's true because we don't have real journalism in gaming. So let's go with the assumed priorities here, right? I assume that Rockstar has people under lock and key, and I'm sure they have all their computers monitored to let them know if any kind of leak is happening for their product.
Sure.
That's been going on for years. That's been proven.
I would assume that they even locked down even more since a couple years ago when they did. Yeah,
that's correct. When you lose employees, you're even more locking them down because you want to make sure nothing else gets out. That's been their MO from the beginning, right? Ever since GTA 5, before GTA 5 came out. So that being fact, then I look at the rest of it and I say, were they leaking information? Well, look, maybe. And if they were leaking information, there wouldn't have been talks about it. There would have been just them getting released and gone, and there would have been no story about them being released and gone for leaking information. Instead, you marry the story with a union thing, and so now they get to go back and forth. You get to play, well, where's Waldo? What's real, right? Is it the union busting thing, or is it just some guy leaked? In my mind, the guy's talking about it, so I'm going to say it's a union busting thing because I already know that they're under lock and key for information, right? Now, is it possible that they got caught a bunch of people leaking information? Sure. I would think after 8 years or 9 years, some kind of information was leaked, but it would not have been talked about.
The problem here is I kind of don't believe them about the non-union thing because it's 30 people. Are you telling me 30 individuals are all leaking information from one company? And the same 30 people that are leaking information are the same people all trying to be in a union?
Well, let's be smart about this. Are you using company emails to communicate with each other?
Well, they said
Probably
it was
not.
Well, they said they were in a Discord server.
That's right. A Discord server.
Yeah, a channel. A union alleged last week employees were also fined in WG Game Workers Union channel on Discord. So that means that someone from Rockstar knew the names of the people in this union, meaning they're monitoring the union channel, okay?
And then have to identify the...
And they knew that 30 employees, 30 employees were all on the union channel, all right? Now, it doesn't say all 30 people were in the channel. They just say that somewhere in the union or whatever. But the problem is, this is why I think it's union and not leaks. Because if there is leaks, 30 people, and they just so happen to all be in the same union chat room that they saw and monitored, it looks a little suspicious to me, right? So I think 100%, again, my opinion, I think Rockstar is...
Our opinion.
I think full of shit. I think they are doing it because of the union and not because of leaks. I think it's easy to say it was leaks, that's why we got rid of them, not because of union.
Right, but that takes a lot to identify, because then you have to identify the rooms that they went to that they're not using company software, the translate the screen names in there to people that you know for the employees. So someone had to rat somebody else out. Like how else do you know that? If I can use 3 or 4 different names on 3 or 4 different chat rooms and we discuss things, then you'd have to figure out whose names are on there that say they work for Rockstar and who they are, right?
Right.
And let's hope they're at least as smart enough not to use the same screen name for one thing as they do another thing. I would hope that they use a different screen name for everything.
Well, here's another stupid thing.
Which leads me to believe this has been an ongoing investigation.
Well, here's another thing. If the employees are using employee computers and they happen to have Discord on the computer, they're being monitored at all times.
Always.
So that's stupid decision number one, right? Because they know what you're logged in. They know who you are. They know. So anyway, other news, we have another delay, Sarge, which is 1943 Rise of Hydra. Now, just I think about a month and a half ago, I said, I'm a little worried about this game because we haven't heard anything about the game since they showed the tech test that they showed was
4 years
2
ago?
years ago. No, it was like 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago. Okay. So 1943 Rise of Hydra at Skydance Games. The goal is to deliver an unforgettable premium game that honors the characters and the worlds that are fortunate to work with Marvel. 1943 Rise of Hydra is an ambitious project, and we are committed to ensuring the meets of the level of quality our team and players or fan expect. To fully realize our vision for Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra, we've made a decision to shift our release window beyond early 2026, and we're grateful for our passion and support of the community and the players around the world. The team is also working hard to create something truly special, and we look forward to sharing more with the development process. Now, Amy Hennig is she's a really good head of studio.
This game sounds like it's in trouble.
Well, when we first saw it and what they were showing about the Unreal Engine, they were telling, again, this is my opinion, when they were showing it, it looked phenomenal, right? It looked phenomenal. What was the last game they just showed us about Unreal Engine tech tests? That would be Witcher 4. Okay. Now, again, it was just a small little spectrum of what it was. When they were showing 1943 Rise of Hydra, they're like, everything that you're showing you is in-game rendered right now. I don't think there was a game. I think there was a portion of the game created, and I think they're over budget. I think that the scale of this game is being pushed way down. Again, I don't have any proof of this. It's just my gut feeling of what this game is. I don't think this is a 20-hour campaign. I think this is like an 8-hour campaign, right?
I think experiment. I think this is an experiment.
Yeah, this is an experiment of what they can do and what they can push the envelope for what the Unreal Engine 5 is, okay? I think they just showed us a slice of a pie, and to sell you on the hype of it and the ambition of it, which they've done. I was like, man, I can't wait to play the game. Okay. But this kind of worries me now because I honestly don't. I think the game is going to come out. It's going to look phenomenal. I think the slice that we get, the game that we get, I think will be good, but I think it will be very short. That's what I think.
All right, so I just need I don't keep track of everybody all the time, so my brain gets locked up here. What studio is working on this game?
This is Skydance Games. This is Amy Hennig. Amy Hennig worked on the Uncharted series. She's worked on other games in the past. She's very good at what she does.
Who owns them?
Skydance. Skydance, I believe, is Skydance. I don't think they're owned by... Oh, wait. No, Skydance is owned by someone.
Who owns Skydance?
Is it EA? Chat?
I gotta
Who owns
look,
Skydance?
because I believe that this game is in trouble, and I believe this.
It's Paramount. Thank you, Krebsy. Paramount.
And I believe this game will be canceled.
Oh, you think it's gonna be canceled?
That's correct. Yes.
Oof.
I believe that this game will be.
So you don't even think it's coming out at all in 2026?
They're gonna try, but all the things that are going on right now between Paramount and Skydance, I had kind of like a little. Just do your research on what's going on with those companies. If this game doesn't look like it's going to make the money they think it's going to make, they're going to cancel it.
I mean, I hate to say it, but I kind of agree with you. But I mean, I can see it happening. But I think
I'm following the other shit. I don't follow all the gaming stuff. I follow Skydance stuff.
I think it's a smaller scale. That's why I don't think they cancel it. I just think they shrink it down.
I think it's a test. I think it's an experiment. I think they're trying to do something different with the Marvel brand and the type of game, and I think they're trying something different. It's an experiment, and I don't think they're going to allow it to go to fruition. That's why.
I also think they're delaying it to line up more with Doomsday, even though it has nothing to do with Doomsday.
You think the old school? What do they call
marketing,
old school
cross promotion.
Cross promotion. Thank you.
Yeah, cross promotion. It was supposed to come out in early 2026. So was Doomsday. Doomsday was supposed to come out in May, but then Doomsday got pushed to December, and now this is getting pushed to December. So maybe Disney's looking at this and saying, because they own Marvel, and even though Paramount owns Skydance, maybe they're like, hey, we need to push this back, and they're like, hey, that's fine because we need more time to play the game or to finish up the game anyway, right? Maybe it's cross promotion that way because it doesn't matter if it's Doomsday or not. It's just Marvel promoting Marvel. So if you play a Marvel game, you want to watch a Marvel movie or watch a TV show.
I applaud the whole cross promotion thing, but I'm just done them shitting on the culture, bro. And I'm waiting for one thing that we grew up on to get a reprieve, and I don't think this is it. We'll see.
I mean, like I said, I think the slice of the pie they showed us was very, very cool, but I think it was just that. I think it was a slice of a pie and it wasn't ready to go.
I did see the Fantastic Four movies already on Disney Plus.
I actually thought it was pretty good. I saw it in theaters. Yeah, I saw it in theaters. It was good. It felt like it was a movie that should have been in phase 1. Like it was done well.
Right.
Yeah, it was done well. It feels like not the time period, but just like the way they filmed it, it felt like it was a phase 1 type of movie. All right, so we got Skydance out of the way with Hydra 1943. Next, I want to talk about. Let's get.
There's so much chaos. There's so much chaos in gaming right now.
Real quick, Arc Raiders is the highest rated multiplayer shooter in almost a decade across the board. That's just a quick little thing there. Okay, we'll talk about Black Ops 7, and then we'll go into Battlefield 6. So analysts of Black Ops 7's sales will beat Battlefield 6. Now, obviously,
and sky is blue and water is wet.
We've talked about this over and over and over and over and over.
Battlefield has never been blue and water is
Battlefield
wet.
has never been as big as Black Ops or Call of Duty, and even at Call of Duty's lowest point will still be higher than Battlefield's highest point, just because one, it's on multiple systems, it's on older gen, it's on newer gen, it's across the board. It's just a much bigger franchise, more people, right? So Battlefield 6 is one of the biggest launches of the franchise that's seen, and according to a major industry analyst firm, is still unlikely to save the title from being beaten by upcoming competitor Call of Duty Black Ops 7. The success of Battlefield 6 has been a high point for a long-running franchise, and the Black Ops 7 creeps closer to FPS heavy hitters and ready to face off is a compelling showdown. Now,
it's not a showdown.
When we were in Arc Raiders today, the guys that randomly happened to play with us, I said, hey, what were you guys playing before this? They said, oh, we were playing Battlefield 6, but and their voice got a little like they're like, like they were just kind of over it, and they said so they came over to Arc Raiders,
Man,
right?
You know what I found out? I found out that the new car smell of 2025 only lasts as long as a stick of juicy fruit.
The taste of juicy fruit's gone in like 10 seconds. Yeah,
right. That's your honeymoon phase now for gaming.
Yeah. So I mean,
or
obviously
even worse, Red Stripe.
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah. So
Red Stripe.
So that's only 2 people that I saw on the thing, but I've heard other people say, I played Battlefield 6, but I'm just kind of done with it, right? And obviously, we'll do the Battlefield 6 in a second. It said, ahead of Battlefield 6 launch, though, the game has boasted a massive player count on Steam during its open beta, peaking a whopping 521,000 participants in the comparison. Black Ops 7 recent open beta only drew about 99,000 players on Steam. Yeah, but Battlefield was gone for like 8 years, and people are like, well, let me see what it is. Call of Duty comes out every single year.
Every year.
Right? So, of course, it's important to note that Black Ops 7's open beta was spread across 4 different consoles and a variety of PC platforms other than Steam. So, although the number look like they're also Battlefield 6 favor, it's difficult to get a fully accurate comparison. Battlefield 6 has definitely drawn a lot of positive reception, though it may not be enough to rise above the black. No, it's not. It's not going to be enough.
It's not a comparison.
These people are drinking copium, man. With the you can like Battlefield 6. It's not going to be Call of Duty.
Well, can we just say let's just call the facts out. Did Battlefield sell the most games it did in a long time? Yeah, I think they're up to double digits. Right? Are they close to 10 million?
They're 10 million. It's last. Not official. Not official. It's 10 million. Not official, but they said 10 million.
We'll say 9 million and change. That's still very good for a Battlefield game.
Yeah,
that's very good for a Battlefield game. So they should be ecstatic. However, you are not in the same category as Call of Duty. You're just not. Right? Nobody in this chat, nobody watching this show right now thinks that Call of Duty and Battlefield are in the same category.
The best numbers for Battlefield, 17 million, Battlefield 3. Right? The worst for Call of Duty is 14 million, not in the same year, but 14 million is the lowest. So Black Ops 7 has to be worse than 14 million copies.
I don't think so.
I don't think it is. Even with Game Pass, I think they sell more than 14 million copies.
So let's say all the kids get it and they rush out and buy it for the Christmas shit. So what are we gonna say? 18? We'll do low 17, 18.
I said
it looks like a bad version though. Like this
18
is one of
to
the bad
22
versions of Call of Duty.
18 to 22 is what I said. Which, again, if you're a Battlefield fan and you like Battlefield,
if it's any other game, it's blockbusters. But if it's Call of Duty, it's horrendous loss. Right? That's how they look at it.
That's exactly
how they look at it.
Yeah.
Call of Duty will sell 18 million copies, and it'll be a complete travesty. If anybody else sold 18 million copies, record break.
Here it says, so far, Battlefield, the game, has never managed to outsell Call of Duty. Yeah,
Still won't.
and you're still not going to do it, right? Still not going to do it. So yeah, the analysts said, look, every Call of Duty has outsold Battlefield. Every single one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 Call of Duties all outsold all the Battlefield games. But yet people are like, oh, Battlefield's back, baby. Yeah, back. It's still not the best.
Back to the line. Back
Yes,
to where you're
it's back-
supposed to be.
Right, it's back
if
to
you made a Battlefield
maybe
game. Yes.
to what it was supposed to be. Yeah. So Call of Duty, obviously, again, I don't think it's going to lose to Battlefield. So let's see here. Speaking of Battlefield, what is the number one thing when you think Battlefield, Sarge? What is the thing that you close your eyes and you picture something in Battlefield? What is it?
What do you mean? What is it?
Like, what is it? Like, when I say Battlefield, what do you imagine in your head? What is the thing that you?
What do I imagine in my head?
Yeah. What is the thing that you would love to do in Battlefield?
Oh, like what I like to do in Battlefield?
You know, what attracts you to Battlefield? Like, what makes Battlefield Battlefield?
Well, the team play for me.
Okay, and what else?
For me.
Anything else?
I mean, I enjoy all the vehicles and things that there are in the game to try out. Like, that's the point.
Vehicles need to be on a certain type of map,
I mean, sure.
which would be large scale maps.
Oh, well, fucking maps. Yeah, the maps are teeny. We already know this.
Well,
Are we going back to the sky is blue and the water is wet? I
No.
mean, the
No,
maps
we're-
are small, bro.
Yeah, we're going to an actual thing
Maps are
where
small.
someone came up with an actual map comparison.
Yeah, but
okay.
is this true though?
These are the maps.
Is this map
Yeah.
comparison true though?
Yeah, so let me get you the full scale map here. Okay, this is what he came up with. All right, so he's got them like you see like the highlight here, so like the little gray outline here. All of this is in Battlefield 2042 type of stuff. Okay, and then Battlefield 3, and then whatever. So he has it labeled
categories of games. I got you. Okay.
Conquest. Right, so this is Battlefield 4 over here. This is Battlefield 2042 up here. This is Battlefield 3 down here. This is Battlefield 1 down here. Battlefield 6 is here. Okay. Now, this is the largest map, which is Operation Firestorm, which is not even technically a map from this game because it already came from Battlefield 3. Okay. Right. So the next biggest map is Myrick Valley, which is this one right here.
Which is smaller.
Okay. Which, if you look at this map, this is, I don't know, hardline-esque type of map. This is a medium-sized map inside of, about a medium-sized map, maybe a large-scale map in Battlefield 1, but Battlefield 1 also had layers inside of that as well. Okay. This does not. The map designs are completely terrible. Look at these two maps. Do you see these two? These little black or blue specks right here?
The 4-on-4. Is that what that is?
These are maps in Battlefield. Okay. So I talked about this earlier this week where people are saying, well, no, Battlefield 6 is not Call of Duty. We're not saying it's Call of Duty. What we're saying is that the maps that you've created in this game are pushed towards Call of Duty players because they're smaller scale, right? So you look at this. So somebody decided to take it amongst themselves to make the Battlefield maps, right? It says, this is brilliant. A Battlefield 6 player flocked to giant fan-made conquest map as map size debate rages on. Okay, so someone took it amongst themselves to make the biggest map in the game, and they took a chunk of it from the Battle Royale map, okay, and they made it themselves within the game, okay? People don't understand. This is a fundamental problem here with Battlefield, where Battlefield doesn't give you the maps that you wanted. They're telling you, we have plenty of maps, and yet a person makes a map. It's a large map inside Battlefield, and it's gangbusters. People are loving it because they're like, this is what we've been asking for. But a person had to make this, not a company. Right? Yeah. This should infuriate people because the company is not listening to you. The company doesn't give a shit because you already gave them the $70. That's right. So they don't need to make it. So they're like, well, you make it yourself. And here it is. Okay, here it is. So they made the biggest map. It says, thanks to work from Reddit user, it says that the Battlefield 6 community now has a clubhouse, a large-scale conquest play area. It pulls elements from Red Sec's Southern California set Fort Linden map, an unofficial version of the kind of wide-open spaces that we've been asking for. There's also a tech center, an operation tech center map options. It's also with former setup of a large-scale infantry-focused conquest map, while also ladder offers a linear gameplay centered around one main building. The credit of the original version of the tech center and the conquest script belong to, I guess the guy's name, we also made a new modification to them. The clubhouse and the smaller version of the tech center are my creation, and honestly, I'm not too proud of them. But until Ripple Effect Battlefield Studios provides improved portal support and releases all the parts of the Battle Royale map, these will have to suffice. So he did with the bare minimum, basically, to make a thing, and it's still better than any map that they've created inside of their own game that you paid full price for. Make it make sense, Sarge.
I mean, this is the MO though. This is, you want us to make the maps. You give us the tools to make the maps because you guys didn't want to make those maps, because if you spent time making those maps, you could attract the people that you wanted to attract, which was the Call of Duty people. We already know this. You have the smaller maps and infantry battles because you wanted the Call of Duty. Listen, they know what their number is. They know who plays Battlefield, right? They needed the number to be bigger. The only people you can take from, right? The only people you can take from is from Call of Duty. So you make Call of Duty maps, you put Call of Duty skins, and you say it's not Call of Duty, but we wanted to make some infantry focused maps. Got it, right? So did you get your highest numbers ever? You did. Congratulations. You got the highest numbers in a long time for Battlefield. I am proud of you. However, you still don't have Battlefield maps in the Battlefield game. So you want us to make them. I mean,
even the size, let's just say the size is fine. The design of them is terrible. Terrible. We talked about this last week where you could shoot people from across the map from your own spawn point into the other spawn point.
Well, I thought you guys discussed it. I thought you said that's the map that everyone has to get their sniper challenge on.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. That's why that map exists. It should just be called the sniper challenge map, is what it should be called.
Well, since the game came out, they've nerfed the XP farms.
Yep.
Okay. They've nerfed something else. I forget what the hell they did. Oh, well, they brought in smaller maps. They've nerfed the actual things. They nerfed some guns in the actual game. Yep. They've nerfed the actual challenges now because the challenges, they said, they literally cut them in 1/3 to 1/5.
I saw the update on what they did for the challenges. This is hilarious.
Yeah, and now people are pissed off that they grinded for those things.
Well, you could have just waited. You could have just waited. Like, you knew it was a problem, right? Like, right. You knew that if I was going for a challenge,
I just can't stop playing, Sarge.
But you can't get mad at the brain dead, right? Right. You can't get mad at if you're gonna go online every day for a challenge that you know cannot be done in a normal time frame, and then they tell you, oh, we corrected it, we made it less, and you're like, I'm mad that I was trying to get the challenge done. Who are you mad at? You could have just stopped playing.
That's exactly right. And I think people did. And that's why they changed it. Because people were like, fuck this, I'm out.
Oh, you mean that if you stop playing a game, they actually fix something? Wow. Shocking.
Right? So, on top of that, Battlefield 6 console players may see nerfed aim assist very soon.
Why?
So,
because they need aim assist.
It's too OP, Sarge. It's too OP.
The aim assist is too. Is it worse than Alien Marines Elite? Is it?
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. It says, according to Battlefield 6 console control design, Matthew Nickerson, he shared the devs are working on a new aim assist system. According to Nickerson, the team is moving orbital aim assist, which also makes the aim assist feel less sticky and have more consistent movement slowdown. This should allow console players to move their reticle without as much interference from the aim assist. On top of the changing of the aim assist, developers are also looking to reduce the recoil. Console players currently have a 25% reduction, which also may be fine OP.
Wait. I think that the comment is made in the wrong direction. They're trying to tell you that they're trying to get rid of aim assist because it's too sticky, because it breaks up the flow of your movement, right?
Correct.
It
sticks. You can't.
Sticking, right?
Yeah.
But you need that because you can't shoot. Do you not remember the stories?
There's also hit registration problems in the game still.
No, but what I'm saying is, do you not remember the stories that they had talked about prior to 2042, where they said that the aim assist wasn't enough because they couldn't get on target while moving. It was too difficult, and so they had to increase aim assist to help out people on console because you could not aim correctly. And now you're saying, oh, the aim assist is too good. We gotta take down the aim assist because people are actually locking on to targets while they move. We can't have that. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, from that, they go to this, where casual mode added to Battlefield 6 with 32 bot in each match.
Super casual.
Okay, so they took the bot farms out of Portal. Okay, so they took the bot farms out of Portal. But they've added bots into the mainline game.
Yep.
Okay, so
but is your XP nerfed? Is your XP nerfed?
So it says the diehard Battle fans have argued that defined a mode shouldn't exist outside of Portal, but here it is. Electronic Arts has added a casual breakthrough to Battlefield 6, introducing a bot-filled mode that allows users to earn career, weapon, and battle pass XP while completing challenges.
Everyone will go there.
So completing challenges and grinding unlocks. Hold on. The key thing to note here is that any action against the bot character will reward reduced XP while taking a human enemy yields in full rewards, which they do right now in Battlefield 2042.
Yes, but you can mow them down much easier.
Yeah, you get like 200 kills a match.
Right, so it doesn't matter that you lowered the XP; it would be the same. If I got 100 per kill and I only killed 30, or I get 50 per kill but I killed 60 or 70, it's the same.
Right,
I'm going to go to the bot farm. Right.
So it says one concern is that some players will find an inevitable way to turn casual breakthrough into XP farm mode. But let's hope the Electronic Arts has eyes fixed for. Of course, the path of least resistance is going to happen here. Okay. Because you made the problem. You made your thing grindy, and they don't want to take that long to do it. So they lowered the first 20 levels. They lowered all the other ones for, instead of 10,000 points, you have to get 3,000 points.
The moves that they're making, though, are too quick. You have to let the machine breathe first. You can't just radically
They have to be quick because they're hemorrhaging players. Hemorrhaging players.
They're going to hemorrhage players anyway. Call of Duty is about to release. Of course they're going to get hemorrhage players.
And the reason that they're putting bots in the game is to just kind of blur the line, really, because like Fortnite does, okay, when you go into a Battle Royale mode, there's probably only 30 real people in the match. Everyone else is a bot. Yep. That's what's going to happen in a game like this because the player base is not going to be consistent. So they're going to have to fill them with bots.
Just show me the Steam numbers the day before COD releases and the weekend after. That's all I want to see. That's all I want to see.
Next week, I think it comes out, right? So we'll see it.
Is it the 11th? Is it the 11th?
Something. No. 13th. 11th is early access. 13th is when it comes out.
Oh my God! So that's next week.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, this is going to be hilarious. This is going to be the defining moment when they say, we're going for 100 million people.
Well, the Battlefield 6 producer issued statements on the bots and said that Battlefield, it says AI bots are nothing new to online multiplayer games. So Battlefield 6 utilizing
they are. No, they are. They are. Because the Battlefield game didn't have bots. Battlefield game didn't have bots.
2042 had it. It says there's some instances where players even prefer playing with bots. Merely a few days ago, Battlefield 6 launched a casual breakthrough mode where each team only has 8 real players between the two, and remaining slots are filled with 16 bots on either side, so 32 bots on either side. On the flip side, though, some players are being frustrated with bots as they also sometimes water down the challenge. However, according to Serlin, the use of bots is actually way more helpful than harmful. Okay.
Sure, you get practice shooting at people. That's great.
Yeah. He says, according to Serlin, the bots are not permanent fixtures in the match and are only used to quickly fill lobbies. Bots only enter the game specific conditions. Yeah, when your player base drops off and they're playing other games and you want to make it feel like the people that are in the game still feel like they're playing against other people, so you put bots in the game.
That's correct.
With the new cosmetics, so you can see the new cosmetics, so that way maybe I want to buy that. That looks pretty cool, right? So Serlin took to X and addressed the confusion Battlefield 6 players may have, but it says why bots appear in games for a specific condition are taken into consideration. If players kickstart a lobby for a playlist, it takes longer for 3 minutes and the lobby isn't full. The game will then start off with bots. However, as more players are added to the server and thrown into the games, the bots will be kicked out, eventually filling the match completely with humans.
No kidding.
Serlin states that the players simply need to stick it out in order to see their lobbies filled with humans. If one sees mostly bots in the lobby, it's only because are only one's first players are to be added. Okay. So he says, so Battlefield 6 players who have been seeing lots of bots in lobbies, waiting around for the server to fill up is the best course of action, according to Serlin. The alternative is a much longer wait time, and it's unclear exactly how long. Well, actually, the best thing is
why would
stop playing the game and then go to another game where actual people are playing the game.
But why would I need to? Why would I need to wait? Why would the wait times be longer if people are playing the game? The game should just be going on all the time.
That's correct.
Right? Why would I wait longer for a popular game that people are playing?
The game came out less than a month ago or a month ago. And you're telling me that people are sitting in lobbies right now for 3 minutes?
I love their double talk. They say don't leave because you'll have to wait longer. Why would I have to wait longer?
It's so ridiculous.
I'm waiting longer because no one's playing, not because there's bots or no bots in the game.
Do you know we can go back? We can go to Battlefield 3, 4, and 1 right now. Hop in, and a lobby's full. 15 years after the game came out, we can go back to that.
To be fair, there's only 3 lobbies. That's why.
I don't give a shit. It fills up. The point is, it fills up with the people that are actually playing the game.
No, I know.
Right? There's no bots. There's no bots in Battlefield 1.
But why would pick a side? You're mad that the server doesn't fill up fast enough, so you give me bots. Then you tell me that I can get a bot server to kill guys easier to make myself feel better. Then you say, don't worry about the bots because guys will fill in on the bots after a while. You just have to wait it out. And I'm thinking, what side of the fence are you on? Do you want me to play with bots, or you're going to nerf me from getting XP with bots?
This is why they don't have a rotation list. This is why when you're done with a match, it takes everyone in that match and then throws them into other matches that people are waiting with bots in them.
But I don't want that. I want to be in the same room.
You want to stay with the same people and then go around again. They don't want that because there's bots over here filling up lobbies that shouldn't be. You see the difference? Because if there was a search, you got to try to get into that lobby.
But if there's a cycle of maps, that's how it works.
Correct. I know, Sarge.
Cycle maps.
Yeah. That they're trying to falsify their game is more popular than it is because they're filling it with bots to make you feel better about yourself because you don't have to wait for 3 minutes. And then the people, when they're done with their lobby, it gets tossed into your game to fill the bots positions. Okay, this shouldn't be like this. It should just be like
this game should have multiplayer maps and people play the multiplayer game.
But they literally diverted their whole player base because you could play Portal. And they incentivize people to go play Portal because of XP. But they nerfed that, right? Then they incentivize people now to go play free-to-play Battle Royale, okay? And then they incentivize people to go play 4v4 and 8v8 in a Battlefield game, where in the past it was just Conquest.
Battlefield, yes.
It was just operations. It was just Battlefield. Big,
Conquest or Rush.
Open maps that were rotate. It was a big map, it was a medium map, it was a small map. You just kept going through. This one's like, out, throw over here to the bot farm, right? Out, throw over here in the other farm.
I don't want to play the same map back to back. I want to go through the cycle of maps. And by the way, if I have my own server according to them, and I pick my own map circulation, then I should have the map circulation that I want in my server.
Exactly.
That's what I want.
During the beta, I said I only wanted to play Liberation Peak. Did I get to play Liberation Peak?
No, they had to throw you someplace else.
They threw me somewhere else.
Yeah.
Why? I wanted to play just Liberation Peak.
Well, but why do you have to throw me in someplace if you have bots? What's the problem? Right? What's the problem? And by the way, if the maps cycle, and by the way, they don't cycle all together, right? They don't do the same map. Like it's not a list of everyone's here and everyone's on this. It cycles off. So everybody's in a different cycle, but at least you're going through the map list. But you're saying, no, we can't do that because we don't have enough people. But why do you care if there's enough people if you've introduced bots? Bots fill the gap. Let the map cycle play. Bots or no bots. Let it play. That's why I say I don't know what side they want to be on. You're defending bots, and at the same time, you're against bots. And then you tell me not just wait for it. Other people are going to come in. Right.
Don't farm these bots. We have our bots over in this game to play.
You made 5 different ways to separate the player base, then complain to me that there's nobody there. You're the one that made the game. Then you put bots in to fill the blanks because you tried to subdivide us, and then you want me to wait.
Right. They said, well, we're protecting you from wait times by putting bots in the game.
I don't understand. What side are you on?
They caused the problem, and their solution is by putting bots in. But they had to
Great.
take the bots out of this place first. They had to remove. Now, obviously, they don't want you just shooting in a doorway and killing people, right? You can have bots in your lobby that you have in Portal, but
You mean you
you just can't have a bot farm.
You don't want to just spawn and die. You're not doing anything. It's basically the worst version. It's the worst version of Metro ever. You spawn and die.
Which also came into the game recently because they did it in Portal. Someone created Metro in Portal.
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Was it square for square? Is it the whole thing?
I don't know. Jack Frag, I didn't watch his video yet, but he said that they did it.
I want to take a look. I just want to see if it's the real one or not.
All right, so next story is there's a lot of Marvel games, okay? And General Manager shed some light on future of Marvel games. So an interview with General Manager of Marvel Games Insight is several of the big projects the team has been working on to bring to life. Now, obviously,
two of them.
We just talked about
There's two of them.
Hydra being canceled, right? Or not canceled, but delayed.
Two Marvel games. That's all there is.
Well, no, there's Marvel Rivals out. There's Iron Man in development.
That's out.
Yeah, Iron Man in development. Then we have Hydra being in development. Then we have supposedly a Black Panther game in development.
Yep, sure.
Or does that one get canceled? I forget. Sure. It says, included with the big look, some of the major projects currently in development connected to the Marvel Games entity, overseeing and partnering with the studios of those efforts like Marvel Games' impressive wide selection. It says, we had a chance to talk to the general manager of Marvel Games about the several games in the feature of our magazine rundown. So it says, Marvel Games has a number of projects in the works right now, and we wish with several developers and partners. What we also been some guiding principles to those collaborations in particular, it relates to letting developers find some freedom and shape familiar characters into their interesting genres and variations. Okay, he says the challenge is more complex. The authority doesn't necessarily mean one-to-one fidelity to the source of reference material, whether it's the comics or animation or movies. It's much deeper in allowing the collaborating teams to reimagine familiar yet original incarnations of the characters based on their own creative DNA. Characters in Insomniac Games with Marvel Spider-Man and Marvel's Wolverine, NetEase with also Marvel Rivals, Motive Studios with their forthcoming Iron Man game, and Arcane with their Marvel Blade game. Oh, I forgot that was the Blade game, and many more. We absolutely do not want to be derivative. Otherwise, it's the point of working with some of the best talent out there. It says, in full transparency, our games are only achieved if necessary levels of creativity. Has also Marvel Games have 100% culture alignment with the collaborators. In fact, actively seeking people who have also the same passion and ambition as us, who also dream the same dream. Let me see what else they have here. It says Marvel Token Fighting Souls is a district amongst many of a history. This looks actually pretty good. I'm excited about this game when it comes out. Let me see what else he's got here. Deadpool VR provides a chance to bring large comical characters into VR gaming. You have the 2D side scroller that we're going to get when it comes out. So you're going to have to pay for that one, Sarge, because we're going to play that one. Marvel Cosmic Invasion focuses on bringing
X-Men. Was it the arcade?
Yeah, like the X-Men one. Yeah. The one
with
where
Berserker Barrage.
Yeah, no, that's Capcom. That's Marvel vs. Capcom that you're thinking of.
No. That's
no. You're thinking of the X-Men game. Yeah. You're thinking of the X-Men game. Yeah. Barrage. Yeah, where he does that. It's also we grew up on all these games, and it's a no-brainer. So you're gonna have that game. Then you have the Wolverine game coming out from Insomniac Games. So it says there's a great responsibility to play here. Marvel is almost 90 years old and creative brand, and yet is a fresh because during of all the time, each new generation grew up with the Marvel ultimately becoming their creators and left their mark. So what he's saying is that they're willing to work with anybody that wants to work with Marvel, okay? And they're okay with people taking liberties of changing characters and whatnot, which I think is, it all depends on, I guess, what they do, right? Because the reason that people like Captain America, or the reason they like Spider-Man, or the reason they like Wolverine is because of the characters they were, not because you try to use them to wedge them into something that you want them to be, right? You know what I'm saying?
But you have to keep them online with each other. You can't just decide that you're going to take liberties with one character, throw them in a game, and then just throw some other people in there with them, because they all have to be on the same starting level. How powerful you made the character, and what are we doing with him inside this game? No, I'm not talking about Rivals. Rivals is more of a fun thing. I'm just looking at the character.
Well, no, I'm saying the liberties that they do, like what they did with Wolverine here.
Yes. The liberties are the abilities for the characters.
Well, no, the liberties is like what they did with Wolverine here. Logan in the Wolverine game, he's more like the Hugh Jackman character, not of the comic book, right? Because he's short in the comic books. Wolverine is short in the comics and the animation. Yeah. But in this game, they took the liberties of making him like Hugh Jackman in X-Men and stuff like that. And Wolverine, they made him taller, and he basically looks like Hugh Jackman in the actual game. So they took that liberty, and I think that's what they mean. They're taking stuff and shaping it into certain ways that stays close, but also takes liberties. And
right, but when you do that, you can't take one character, get some liberties on him, change some stuff around, and then put other characters on top of them, and they're just normal or just there to be shot at or killed. Yeah. Like you have to they all have to be on the same level. You can't make them OP.
There's a parameter.
Else. Right. You can't bring somebody else in, and he's the same basic guy you read from the comics, but Wolverine's like 10 times as strong. Like, no, you have to, if Wolverine's a total badass and you took liberties with him, then you have to make his villains that he fights in the game.
Yeah, if you want to take the liberties of changing them looking wise, but their powers have to be pretty consistent across the board because that's what people know.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Sabretooth has to be a total badass. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, you should not be playing a game when you fight the villain of the character and just kick his ass. The idea of the boss characters in comic books is they have to be smart enough to defeat him, not just because they can whoop his ass. Right? It's supposed to be a challenge. So if I make my guy OP inside the video game, then my boss, the nemesis of my character has to be like really difficult. You have to make him a challenge. Otherwise, what's the point?
Right.
You're gonna turn it into I'm just running around beating up scroats for the fun of it. Like you could do that in Spider-Man because Spider-Man is not really out to kill people. Wolverine doesn't have that luxury. Wolverine doesn't pull his claws out and then they're nerfed. Like that's not Wolverine. It's a whole different level you're talking about. So how is your writing going to be?
Altern says, so Wolverine dating sim when? Yeah, like stuff like that. Yeah, that would be a bad one.
What's the level of the story? Right? He's not going to have Nerf come out of his hands. I want to see what they do.
All right, we have a story here. I thought I had two stories. One is. Oh, I did. We had one. Let's talk about this one, which we always talk about all the time, and which is Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine's the guy who originally created Fallout, right? The original creator, co-creator, right? He's the guy that we always said, "Tell me what you want, not what you."
He's a co-creator. Which one? 3?
Fallout. No, the original Fallout.
Like Interplay Fallout, the original game?
Okay. Yeah, Tim Kaine is the original, yeah. So Fallout co-creator Tim Kaine says that the price have resisted matching inflation because publishers have been pocketing the cost savings from digital distribution.
No shit.
Right. This is what we've said for years. And this is why we said that.
Where did you guys do with the 22.5%? Where did you do with that 22.5%?
They went to Pete Parsons' Cars is where they went.
I'm telling you, that's exactly what it did. Because you know the employees didn't get raises, right?
Right, nobody did.
Nobody got raises.
Bonuses, Bobby Kotick got bonus. Yes.
But raises to employees, no. So where did that 22.5% go? Right.
In their pockets, the ships and cars and houses and cappuccino machines. And it says Kaine strikes a pretty pro-digital distribution tone on the video starts, being able to stick the game Steam rather than older print runs. Disc means devs have more time to work with games because there's less lead time between finishing development and shipping. It means that the games are easier to patch, and it also means older games, like many also classic Kaine worked on, can remain easily accessible and hopefully perpetuity, right? Perpetuity. So when they had physical discs,
fix them.
Yeah, but when they had physical discs, they had to get them done to get out the door. Yeah. Now because of digital, they don't have to finish them to get out the door. They can just send them out the door and put patches and still fix them and broke. This is why we say
Maddie Plays just had a video.
This is why we say
Maddie
no pre-order, no day 1.
18 months before you fix something. It's too late.
Yeah. Right. 10 years to fix the Fallout problem, right? That's in the game. 10 years. They still haven't fixed it. So he says, but where he really heats up Kaine's thoughts on how digital distribution has impacted gaming pricing. He says digital is cheaper, says Kaine. It's cheaper for everybody. It's less cost all around. In theory, he continues, price should have dropped, but they didn't.
No shit.
Okay. Hence why we're seeing
Did you believe for a moment when they told you when games go digital, we were going to save money? Did you believe that? For one moment, did you believe games were going to get cheaper?
Games aren't cheaper. Microtransactions are in the games now. Battle passes are in the games now. Like multiple, like It's just constantly. Not only are the games more expensive and they're pocketing the money, but then they put other prices on top of it. And everyone's like, well, yeah, it is what it is. It's just that's the way it is. No, they've been pocketing the money, and yet they're firing employees. They're closing studios down. They're doing all these things while also taking off the top that they never put back into the actual company itself. Okay. He says if Kane's telling of events rather than spread the wealth of slower share generosity of spirit, the capitalists just kind of, well, keep it. He says, quote, those cost savings for the digital being digital, those should have been passed on to the customers. They didn't. Okay. The argument here is, well, the costs were rising in development, so they were balanced. And I don't think they were balanced. In other words, the money saved and not having to do physical media anymore got pocketed by the corps. Yes. Yes. The fact that Tim Kaine, a man who works in the industry, I'm not making fun of him, to come to this realization this far down the road in the video game space kind of boggles my mind, where everyday Joes that look at this, we go, yeah, they're pocketing the money. Hence why Bobby Kotick had that much money. Hence why Pete Parson had that many cars. Hence why all these other companies get the golden parachute when they leave, because they've been pocketing money, lacing the other people's pockets, and the developers are leaving because of misconduct, because of cube crawls and everything else that's going on, because they're being underpaid, they're being overworked, they're being crunch time, and yet they're like, oh yeah, we made $700 million last month. Here we go, just take that off the pot. Oh no, sorry guys, consoles have to go up in price. Sorry, guys, tariffs. Sorry, guys, the digital products have to be $80 now. 90, maybe even 100. Grand Theft Auto, you hear that? $100. It's got to be $100 now. Okay, so it says that he also says the extra sauce corporate bottom line got from the recouped money that also would have been spent on physical distribution meant they could have keep games pricing steady without eating too much of their own margins. And that's Kane's explanation anyhow. This is why No Man's Sky is so successful, because Sean Murray is not driving around in a fucking Bugatti, okay? Okay, he's putting the money back into the company and making a game, fixing the game. He's not flaunting his money. He doesn't have 15, 16, 22 cars. He's like, yeah, we're just trying to fix the game. That's what we're doing.
You remember I used to open up the box that had a manual?
Yeah, manual.
I mean, they had to print a book.
Yeah.
They had to print a book, bro.
They had to put the plastic. They had to put it in the actual plastic. They had to ship it in a truck and put gas in that truck to get it across the actual state and the country and the ship. And they flew it places. It's great. Now it gets beamed to a satellite and then it comes down to the thing for $0. And they charge $20 more. Okay. Meanwhile, Xbox's whole business model of Game Pass streaming from the cloud. Okay. PlayStation's new business model, stream it to the cloud. Everyone's coming around and they're like, nah, it's just so expensive. You got to do this. You have to keep doing this. And then he says something else here. He says, well, cost of goods, okay, COG is here, and a lot of developers, your publisher will say, our COG is really high. Those dropped tremendously with digital, but those savings weren't passed on. Okay. He says, of course, though, if Kane's analysis is correct, it seems that already past the point. Now, this is the justification here.
Yep.
Right? We should have been lower for, 10 years or so for digital games.
We're past that now.
But we're past that point now.
Yes.
So just everything we just said, just kind of push to the side, because it doesn't really matter anymore, because now the prices are the actual prices. $80 digital games is what it's supposed to be today. No. If it was, Expedition 33 wouldn't be costing $50. Arc Raiders wouldn't be costing $40.
But once again, that's...
Bless you.
But once again, that's why they beat up on Claire Obscure, Larian,
Silk Song.
Yeah. Anytime a company can release a game that's done well and not have 10,000 people working for them and they make money, sends a bad signal to the rest of the industry. That's why they have to. That's why they send the journalists after them to write the bad articles about them, because you can't have that be a staple. We can't have 150-person studios pumping out a AAA game under budget, sell really well. It makes everybody else look bad. So you have to badmouth them. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Right? We know, I've been alive long enough. We know what it costs to make a video game. We know the range. and how many people you need. Apparently, you guys think you need 10 times the amount of
Like
money
10,000
than you do.
employees. You needed
Right?
$500 million.
To release a Battlefield game, you guys needed 5 studios. Seriously? 5 studios. Come on, man.
5 studios over 4 years. They closed one studio down, merged the rest of the employees into the other 4 studios, and now 1 month later, they're putting bots in their own game because they can't get right. But they'll go back to that Steam number. Oh, they got so many people playing. Well, then why are they putting bots?
Highest number ever. Highest number of people playing it. And I'm tired of listening to the whole Steam numbers thing. Right? No one talks about sales anymore unless the sales numbers are incredible. They say whatever number they feel like saying.
Yeah, the only reason they use it is because the only one's shared. That's the only reason. If Steam wasn't shared, then no one could say anything, and then it was just all imaginary numbers. But because it's there, it's usually about 30% of the total.
I don't know what kind of algorithm they're using for that, right? We all know what the sales are going to be, right? We have a backlog.
It's just a small representation of what the player base could be. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, but even now during right now the second half the second half of the year numbers are coming out for a lot of companies. And they just say sales for in general. They don't say sales specific.
Well, yeah, because digital is all included in one. It doesn't matter if it's microtransaction, battle passes, cosmetics. Right. It's all in that digital.
Sales. Yeah. Right. Everything. Look, the gold standard for everybody, but in the back in the day was how many did we sell? How many units did we sell? Now we're talking about everything else but sales.
Players numbers,
right?
Potential downloads,
engagement, highest numbers. Like what? Highest numbers for the week, highest numbers for the month.
I love when they say a game is super popular, and then you go to a achievement or a trophy in one of the games on PlayStation or an Xbox, and you look at it, and it's the simplest achievement possible. It's like open 10 doors or 100 doors, whatever it is.
And it says 0.04.
Yeah, it says like 1%. You're like,
how?
There's like 10 million people bought this game, but only 1% of the people opened 10 doors. Like,
right.
There's a lot of people that didn't play the game. They just bought it and put it on their shelf. Okay.
Right.
Or something's just off because it just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, let's go to Q&A. If you guys have a question you'd like to ask us, go ahead and while this red bar is at the bottom, put a Q before your question, and we will answer it near the end of the show, which is now. So if you would like to ask us a question, put it in there. And as we're talking about that, we're going to talk about one story before. Oh, what happened here? Why is this? There it is. AMC. What is happening here, AMC? What is this?
Matter.
It's okay. There it is. All right. It keeps like going blank. I don't understand what's happening.
Oh, don't let the AMC news scare you. Don't fall for that.
I think our computer's dying. Is that what's happening? Are we still live? I think we're still live.
So. Are we live, chat? You still there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't let this sway you.
All right. So AMC theaters post 298.2 million quarterly loss despite summer hits like Superman, Jurassic World Rebirth, and of course Fantastic Four. Okay. AMC theaters, world's largest theater chain, was hoping that Jurassic World Rebirth, Weapons of Superman, would also lift up the most. They didn't even put Fantastic Four in here because all these things lost money, by the way, except Jurassic Park. It's also needed to hold out for other heroes. The collection of man-eating dinosaurs, suburban sorcerers, and comic book adventurers have scored at the box office, but their gross paled in comparison with the summer lineup, was including Deadpool, Wolverine, and Despicable Me 4. Okay, overall, the revenue of the theater chain for the 3-month period ending in September slid to $1.3 billion, a 3.36% drop of previous year, and AMC's recorded net loss of $298.2 million compared to the net loss of $20.7 million in the prior year quarter. The company also said deeper losses were related to non-cash charges associated with the transformative July of 2025 refinancing, or if the debt of adjusted net loss of the company was $110 million, which is still wider than the $15.9 million losses. Right? I love when people like defend the movie theaters when they tell you that, well, Superman was successful, Fantastic Four was successful, and then these numbers come out, right? Because it's always comes out. These numbers
it always comes out.
always comes out.
You wanna know
Numbers
why?
don't lie.
Because movie theaters have to talk about sales.
That's
Right.
correct. Right.
Yeah.
So when someone says Superman sold well, and then you look at this and go, well, obviously it didn't, because it didn't help, and they lost money during the summer blockbuster season, right? That they literally started calling it the blockbuster movie because it made a shit ton. It's almost like Black Friday for a holiday season for stores.
The theaters have never recovered since COVID.
No. Okay. So they come out and it says emission, the most recent quarter topped out at 715.1 million, down from 744, which is nowhere near what it was before COVID. Okay. It says while food and beverage sales fell to 451.8 million and 490 million the year ago. Okay. So it even went down $40 million from that. So it said yet AMC and Wall Street projects that the company would report third quarter revenue of 1.2 billion. Okay, which adjusted losses were roughly in line with expectations. Imagine
3%. First of all, 3.6% is not a lot. Number one, here's the main thing to take from this, bro. And you don't even have to bother reading the rest of it. And I'll tell you why. It's a negative article written by AMC, and I know a lot of people in chat don't know this, but AMC is one of the major stocks that's being shorted, just like GameStop is. It's part of like this list of stocks that's being shorted. And any type of negative press on AMC is there on purpose in order to make people sell off their stock so they can buy it back cheap, right? That's the deal. It's got nothing to do with anything else. They've been spoofing AMC stock now for 3.5 years, right? I'll just say it as nicely as I can. Let's say, for instance, that AMC only had, I'm giving you the wrong number, it's just a number I'm making up, right? Let's say they tell you that there are 10 million shares of AMC total, okay? You believe that. There's only 10 million shares, everybody's dividing up, right? But according to market analysis, there's actually 250 million shares total. So they've invented a bunch of shares to move around in order to keep the price suppressed. And if you guys look into this, you're
right. They put 240 million shares into the market.
They're making up their own shares in order to suppress the price because they've trapped themselves in this short bubble where if the price goes up, they'll go bankrupt. Like there's so many.
Well, yeah, because you look at the other movie theater companies. They're in the tens and $14.
Any other theater. And look where their stock price is.
Like $12, $13, $14.
That's correct. 30,
AMC's below $3.
$30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that being said, ignore the fact that it's a negative article. What I'm interested in is, number one, the deal with Netflix that AMC wants to put together with. That's number one. And number two, I
think it's funny because I literally said this would happen.
Right. And number two, here's the big one, right? Now that they've realized that in-home purchases, Netflix, Amazon, all that is not working out. The subscription services are not working out for the amount of money that they should be making on a movie as opposed to the movie being back in the theater. My question is, how do you get people to go back to the theater? Like, what is the incentive to get people to go back to the theater in order for us to go back to the culture we had, whereas a movie comes out, you can only see it in the theater, and you're not going to see it home for a year. So this is your time to watch the movie. But how do you get those people back? That's the question.
I've said this multiple times. To get people back in the theaters, you would do if you want to see the longer movie or the director's cut,
but normal people don't care about
No, but when I say director's cut, I'm not talking about the guy talking over the thing and saying what he was doing.
But normies don't care.
But
people in chat do.
If you put the longer, more detailed version of the movie inside of theaters, and that movie that you see in the theater is never printed on the actual disc that you see the home version, that might get people to come back, right? We're not talking that you need hundreds of millions of people to go to the theater. You just need tens of millions of people to go to the theater to see that one movie, right? So if, let's say, Doomsday comes out next year, Doomsday you would probably want to see in theaters because maybe the movie version's 2.5 hours long, but when you watch it at home, it's only 2 hours long. So you're missing bits and pieces of
You're talking about the director's cut, meaning like all the footage in there without being cut to the show to the.
Correct.
I get what you're saying.
Make a movie. Like Eric's saying, make a good movie. Yeah, make a good movie. But what I'm saying is to get people to come back in. It's like even if you make a good movie, people are like, well, why am I going to watch it 14 days later? It's coming into home video. If it's coming to home video 30 days later, it doesn't matter if it's a good movie or not. They'll just wait the 30 days to get it. If you put a movie in theaters that's different than the one that you're going to get home, and you don't get it right away, you put it where it's 240 days. You put it where it's 1 year, where it comes to theaters, it stays in the theater for a month or whatever it is. That's the only time you're going to see it, and then it comes out a year later like it used to in the past. Because at your house with your 80-inch television set with surround sound system with the 3D glasses is never going to go back to the theater.
And I think the problem is they destroyed themselves, and I don't think there's a way back. I think that's part of the problem.
I think they didn't destroy themselves. I think Netflix came in, threw a fucking grenade. They didn't have an option. They all said, well, that's the way to go because of COVID. And they all wanted to go streaming service, and then everyone went, well, no, we're going back to theaters. They're like, what the fuck do we do now? Because once you let the cat out of the bag, you can't get it back in, right? So they have to innovate now. They have to.
But they're not making the movies go direct to homes. They're not making the money.
No.
They're not making it
because I could buy. I could steal it and put 20 people in my house to watch it.
At the very least, you're losing 3/4 of your sales because a household is buying it as opposed to individual tickets.
Individuals. That's right.
So a household usually has 3 or 4 people. So if I'm losing 50 or 75% of sales just on a home by itself.
Perfect example. Greg Owen, okay, who comes on the show every once in a while. He'll be on the show for the awards, right? He has 6 kids, plus his wife. So he's paying for 8 people to go to the theater.
That's an expensive night out, bro.
That's an expensive night out. But if he just rents the movie, it's $10.
That's right.
Right.
So why would I go to the theater?
So why would you go to the theater? You got to make me want to go to the theater. You have to make it an experience. I said this a couple months ago. Movie theaters have to make it where I said you put Netflix in there. If I was a theater owner, small theater, let's say I had 6 theaters, independent theater, I would make and show Netflix movies in my theater. I wouldn't charge anybody to come in to watch the movie, but you have to buy something at the concession stand. Okay? I'm paying for Netflix subscription. I'm showing my Netflix subscription in my theaters. You're coming into my theater. You have to buy something at the snack bar, and then you can go watch Stranger Things the whole season.
But that's why they have a contract.
It's player in theater 1, right?
But that's why they're having a contract now.
But this is what you have to do. You have to make You have to make the theater a place where people want to hang out, not just show up for the one movie. Come and go. Oh, well, you have a nice food here. I'm going to sit, and don't charge $100 for a box of popcorn, right? Like you want to make people come, hang out, chill out, have some drinks.
This is why I'm telling you they destroyed themselves.
Yeah, they completely destroyed.
Hollywood has destroyed themselves.
So we'll see what happens. All right, let's get to Q&A. All right, we got 15 questions. Robert Jones, thank you very much for that $5 super chat earlier in the show. Altern says it's time for Krebsy to destroy his GTA altar and finally realize that GTA 6 will never release. Is that a question? I think you just want the demise of Krebsy. Or is it time for Krebsy to destroy his GTA altar? Oh, I see. It is a question. No, stay strong, Krebsy. You'll get your game and then you'll be fine. I mean, we already knew. Krebsy already knew it was going to be November. Yeah, we
were arguing about the month. Yeah, but we all knew.
He's fine. Krebsy says, "Is there still a chance for that 100 million dream for Battlefield 6, or are those eyes closed? I mean, battle royales seem to be getting bad reception. It just took them 28 days to fix the game-breaking bug.
It is not going to 100 million people.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to get 100 million people. They'll be lucky if battle royale stays in for a year." Okay, or they have to lose something because they're going to hemorrhage people. Call of Duty's going to come out, and maybe Battlefield is the way EA called up and said, "Ring, ring, ring, ring." Yeah, Zelnick. Yeah, I hear that you Grand Theft Auto might be delayed till like November next year. Can you make that happen, please? Because we're dying here. We need at least another 6 months of Battlefield 6 to have no competition. if Grand Theft Auto comes out, we're done. So we need this for at least a year, and then we can go to Game Pass and PlayStation Plus to get to other people because we're dying here. We didn't get the numbers that we wanted. So it looks like, fine, we'll fucking move it to November. Leave us alone.
They got the number they wanted. They got double digits. If
they got 10 million.
True, by the time the end of the year happens, they'll probably have double digits. And
I said 8 to 12 is what they would get. And right now they're in the middle part of that, 10.
Yeah, that's good for them. It's good.
Travis says, since Sarge is throwing out games that might be canceled, want to throw out any other ones such as KOTOR Remake or Star Wars Eclipse?
Well, here's how that's going to go. It's really simple, right? Because KOTOR Remake is a guaranteed win because you have a bunch of people that want to play the remake and people who haven't played the first one will actually play the updated version. So that's a win. Star Wars Eclipse, too expensive. Who's going to buy it? Star Wars brand is damaged. Canceled. Like, don't think for a minute Star Wars Eclipse won't be canceled. Don't think for a minute.
Especially now that you got the remake of Oblivion. Yeah, you got Oblivion remake. If you make KOTOR remake like the Oblivion remake, that would sell very well.
Yeah. Exactly.
Krebsy says, do you think Paramount looking to buy Warner Brothers Discovery played into the rise of Hydra getting delayed? And if the deal does happen, does Hydra get canned? I actually answered kind of this question, Krebsy. I think the game is delayed because it was a vertical slice and it wasn't near completion. And when we saw that, was it 2 years? I think it was like 2 years ago when they saw it, right?
They don't know
2023, end of 2023.
They don't know what they want to make.
So it's been 2 years since then. I think they had a slice of the game, and since that point, since the last time they showed it, it wasn't as big as they thought it was, and it was too complicated or whatever. So they're slimming it down to a smaller thing. So I don't think it's because of the buyout.
No,
and I don't think it gets canceled. I think it does come out, but again, I think it's a slice of the pie. It's not a full-fledged game. It's like it's a short campaign. It's like Hellblade, right? Hellblade 2, whatever it came. Yep. I think it's going to be a smaller game.
All I know is when big corporations are involved in gaming that have nothing to do with gaming, I know that when the red numbers come up on the sheets and they look for things to cut, they're going to look for things to cut that they think that they can get the most out of, that they're spending too much money on. So I believe if this game doesn't come out, if they don't show anything into this year or the first quarter, canceled. It'll be canceled because studios and media companies are bleeding money, and they think that every time a superhero game comes out, it's supposed to rain money, and it doesn't. They don't get it. They just buy some people. They're supposed to make a game for them, and they're just supposed to collect money. Like, everybody just wants to collect money. If you're in the video game business, you're just supposed to print out a game, and money just falls from the sky. That's the mentality, right? They're not going to get it. And I'm going to stick with them on this one. This game will be canceled eventually. It will not come out.
I think it'll be a smaller. I don't think it'll be very, very sell well. I think it'll come out. It'll just be visually stunning. It'll be like Rise of Rome. Where it visually looked good when it came out on the 360 back in the day.
You were using it as a test for the new
system. It's a test. Yeah. And it just took too long to get out. Next one. Krebsy says, how fucked is gaming in 2026 with GTA being delayed? Games slated for November 2026 now need to move. Should we prepare for the increase the broke and buggy games and store about crunch?
Do you know what I
do? They move up or do they push back?
Well, here it is. I think, I'll be honest with you, I think GTA 6 is like a Cat 6 hurricane, right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you're out early, your game's going to be nothing when it comes out. If you're out after it, no one will notice your game.
Right, the landscape's already been destroyed.
It's already destroyed, and it just keeps moving, and everyone's like making decisions. What's the decision now?
Yeah.
What's your decision now? What are you going to do? You're going to try to are you going to try to squeeze out before sometime next year, or are you going to wait until after, which pushes your game back another year?
Right.
And how many guys are you keeping on staff to pay for then?
I think what you do is that if it's the Cat game like you just said, if it's before or after GTA, let's say they were supposed to come out in November, I think they push it forward. It'll be broken, buggy, like Krebsy says, which is normal anyway in this landscape. And all depending on what type of game it is, If it's a single player game, it is what it is, and they patch it, but they make their sales. If it's a live service game, it makes its sales and then it dies. You gotta cut it off at the vine. You know what I mean? And then it's just done. So you get a short window of sales.
Monster. This game's a monster. I don't know how else you're supposed to look at this. When this game comes out, do you believe? I know people don't like the game. I know people. I know everyone doesn't play GTA. However, you don't believe for a moment there's gonna be a giant gaping hole. I'll tell you what. When GTA 6 finally comes out, the 2-week period after it comes out, I want you to look at every other game's Steam numbers. All of them. All games. Just go down the list. I can guarantee you it'll all look like this. Boop. Like it'll just be this little boop, the line into the ground. It won't be this little gradual little wave that goes down.
Well, that's if it comes out on Steam. That's if it comes out on Steam day and date, right?
It's like a cliff.
Krebsy says, what percent chance would you give for another GTA 6 delay? Keep reading. When answered, rumors are delayed beyond November 19th. Could come due to protests and investigation on leaks.
At this point, we don't even know if the game's actually done now.
Here's the thing,
right? After this many delays, we don't even know if the game's actually done.
I don't think it gets delayed because I'm basing this on they want to double dip. Double dipping is a big why Grand Theft Auto has made as much money as it has. Absolutely. Because it was the tail end of Xbox 360 and went to Xbox One and PlayStation 3 to PlayStation 4. Okay? If they release next year at the end of the year and you have 6 to 7 months before the new consoles come out, they get the first dip, okay, in the XS, Cloud, whatever, PlayStation 5, 5 Pro, and maybe PC. And then they got to put something else in when the new systems come out to sell the new systems.
What game do you think will be out with the system? If you tried to sell me a $1,200 Xbox and it came with GTA 6, oh boy.
I don't know if it'll come with GTA 6, but you definitely want to play on the new system if I'm spending $1,200.
Right.
Maybe they don't have a first-person mode until the next system comes out and they put the first-person mode in there, just like they did with the last version.
Fucking double dippers, bro.
Right? I mean, I think it's got to, right? So I don't think it gets delayed again. I think they put it out. It's still going to be better than anything else we've ever played.
Well, we don't know yet.
Well, the shittiest Rockstar game is still better than most games that come out in 7 years after.
All right, I'll agree with that. But when you delay a game like this, I don't know if the game was actually ready. They were ready to go, right? They were ready to go. That's what they said.
That's what they said.
They're ready to go, and now all of a sudden, another year. Like a year's a long time, bro, for a delay.
Yeah.
For a game that's ready to come out. Remember, Battlefield 6 was coming out in springtime in 26. All of a sudden, was ready to come out now, right?
Right.
You were ready to come out,
and they're still fixing it, right?
Right.
Lots of rights.
Nobody says. Nobody remembers anything, though. We have to play stupid. Like, we don't remember anything. Petrus From remembers nothing. No one remembers anything, right? Every day is brand new, and anytime someone tells me a new lie, I don't remember the last lie, right? That's how everybody's supposed to live? Is that how this works?
Yeah. Cody says, asking for a friend who got into Grand Theft Auto accident, but how do you help depression? Wait. Asking for a friend who got into Grand Theft Auto accident, but how do you help depression? I think he typed too fast, and I think the adjective and the verb is mixed up. Asking for a friend who got into a Grand Theft Auto accident.
What's a Grand Theft Auto accident? Like he into
stole
the
a car and then crashed. But how do you help with depression?
I think
he's laughing, so I don't really. I guess it's a joke in his head, and it just didn't come out. Get back to us. Yeah. Okay, next one. Altered says, since Marvel is giving freedom to their gaming IP, when are we getting X-Men dating sim? Because we all know we want to date Rogue and Mystique. I mean, basically, the dating sim was
that'll be the bottom of the barrel in the game.
Marvel's Midnight Suns. You can like go on little dates and stuff. So it's already here. Altered.
Let's think of it this way. Has anybody else seen the Snoop Dogg courthouse?
No, I haven't seen it.
Snoop Dogg courthouse game. Please tell me you've seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Snoop Dogg courthouse game is being promoted like it's a thing for families to do on the weekend. Just so you know.
Okay.
You should look it up.
Is it like a Family Feud, like funny, like type of like?
It's like a court case goes on in your house, and you're like the jury. And
Okay.
Snoop Dogg is the judge.
Okay.
It's an interactive game.
I'll have to look it up. I mean, I know it's a thing. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You're saying a good sim. I mean, that's what it is. It's a dating sim. I mean, what do you want? Like Leisure Suit
Somebody
Larry, but with
somebody will make a dating sim game with Marvel characters. Yes.
Jesus Christ. Krebsy says, why is the conditioning skill tree in Arc Raiders so bad? I see people go 1 to 2 nodes into a skill tree compared to 6 or 7 for the other 2. Well, they only give you a certain amount to go up, I think, 1.5 skill trees. A lot of the stuff that people are finding out, because once you go up the skill tree, they're finding out that it's not makes a big difference. So, for instance, like the stamina that you get back as you're running, or if you're crawling, or crouched, it's not worth the points to put in. It's like
if I see single digit percentages, I don't even fucking look at you.
Well, that's the problem. They're not actually showing what the percentages are. They're just showing you like you put 5 points into a thing.
Yeah, I know. Because otherwise you would know right away.
That's one of the big descriptions people are saying. Like they should put the actual thing so we know what percentage goes in and how much it goes up, so they don't waste the actual point.
Can you?
So yeah, their skill tree is a little.
Can you respect anytime you want?
No, you're stuck for the season.
You're stuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you're stuck for 8 weeks.
It's trial and error.
And the only way to reset it is if you make a new character.
Yeah, but people are smart. They'll video themselves. They'll put 10 points in at a time. They'll figure out the ratio. They'll figure out the percentages themselves, and they'll post it online. That's what they do every other time. If you're not going to give me the percentages, somebody with a lot of time will tell me it'll be fine.
They're already doing it. So.
Right, they're already doing it. I'm sure they will.
Next one is, after your 6-player raid in Arc Raiders, going through the map, cleaning every point of interest, why isn't there just a PvE only mode? So you're talking about today when we combined. See, what's it called? Mr. Luke and Sweat Dog were saying it, and I agree with them, but at the same time, I still stick with my guns as far as if I want to do a PvE game mode and just go around shooting Arc and collecting stuff and exploring the world, that doesn't take away from somebody that wants to do PvP. Okay. Now, it does take the edge off, because while you're playing, just like we played today, at any moment, one of those people could just throw a grenade down or whatnot. And I think if people want to play that way, play that way. And I think there's two sides. I think if people want to play PvE to maybe gather the prickly pear or the antiseptics without being ganked around the thing, that should be a way to go. But they also, if you want to go for better weapons or other things, then you would have to go into another event or something to get that. I think, like Sea of Thieves in the past, if you do a safer seas for a certain level, let's say it's 20, and then after 20 or 40, and then after 40 to 76, you have to go into PvP. By that time, you've
gotten stuff.
Right, you've gotten stuff. You have gear, you understand the maps, you understand the weapons that you're using. It's like a really long tutorial to get to the next level, right?
They would do that if the numbers drop too low. They would do that.
Yeah, I think they do that. I think they go away around something like that, because you're going to lose people in months down the line because they're like, I'm just tired of getting shot in the back of the head. All I want to do is collect my light bulbs. All I want to do is level up Scrappy or whatever it is. I don't want to get ganked every time I'm picking up a prickly pear, right? So if they can level up a certain amount of people before a certain level, and then they have to move on to the next thing, or they stay where they are and they just enjoy the map, how it is and whatnot. Even in the beta test, when you first played, it asked you after you're done with your first round, do you want to go to the regular world where you're going up against other people, or do you want to stay where you are? That wasn't an option here. It was like you're already thrown in. So you could stay with the lower end, meaning it would be less threats to you, but they got rid of that. In the tech test, it was there. So we'll see what happens. What do you think, Sarge? Do you think they added PvE mode?
I read through the articles that you spoke about, and I read through the articles from the developers, and I understand what they meant. If it was just PvE, it was boring. It looks cool because of what you have to do in it, and you fight the creatures. But after you get leveled up and whatnot, it becomes boring. The excitement of the game is not knowing friend or foe, the random occurrences between the interactions between the NPCs of the game and the actual player characters. That's what keeps it interesting. If it was just PvE, you think you would like it, but after so many hours of playing it, you would be bored. They said it. I read into it. I can understand why that would be.
Why didn't Division get boring?
Because the Dark Zone was completely separate. You chose to go in through the door. You
that's what I'm
chose
saying.
to go through the door.
Yeah, but that's the same. That would be the same thing as Arc Raiders. You would choose to go through the door.
But you were always hanging out with your friends, right?
I understand that, but what I'm saying
you were
is
always
that
hanging out with your friends in Division.
you could have a PvE mode and not get bored.
They didn't want to do a carbon copy. That's why they.
No,
said
I understand. I'm just saying that everyone thinks it'll be boring.
the excitement level. The
Destiny
excitement level.
exists. Warframe exists. Division exists.
Oh, I get it, right? But it's a more destroyed type of world. You didn't have like a detailed city you were running around. You're in a barren wasteland type of situation. Like
Sure.
you could be doing the same thing with a Fallout game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Arc Raiders could be a Fallout game. It would be the
Yeah, it
same
could be
exact
a co-op Fallout game.
thing.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yep.
Dupla says lightsabers in Destiny 2 next month, Mike. Come on. You like lightsabers, right? I do love lightsabers. I have a lightsaber right up here. I got two of them actually.
Speaking of Destiny, bring up the article about their mobile game, Mike. While we're looking at the questions.
I didn't put it in.
Oh, you didn't put it in there?
No, I didn't put it in.
All right, that's a good one to look at.
Yeah.
That's right.
I talked about it earlier this week.
We won't talk. We won't talk shit. You already talked about it. We don't talk shit about it now.
Yeah. The lightsaber coming to Destiny, I don't give a shit. I said this a couple months ago where I said that them putting I said this when they first did last year. Them putting Star Wars into Destiny is the last ditch effort. They've literally lost their identity, and they have to bring other people's identity into their game to bring people back in to care about their game. And that right there is they've lost the
plot.
They lost the plot of their actual thing. So I honestly don't give a shit about Renegade, what it is. But if people like it, by all means, enjoy. Altern says, do you think Sony will partner up with Epic Games to finally do a worthwhile PC store? The PC store that's leaked or whatever that they might be doing, I just think there's so much infrastructure they have to do. Again, Epic, trying to make their own launcher, still hasn't done a really good job with it. And they've struggled with it, and they're losing money on it. Now, Sony, maybe bigger than Epic as far as money goes. I don't see them putting the effort and money towards that. I could be wrong. I said it this morning. I think they team up with Steam for the store, and they just take a percentage of it because that's what they do right now anyway. And they're just trying to keep up with Joneses, because if Microsoft is Play Anywhere and they're not, they have a disadvantage, and they want to do the exact same thing, because if you're not doing the same thing as your, like, if a bar across the street's doing 2-for-1 beers and you're not doing 2-for-1 beers at your bar, okay, you're losing sales. But if you match the person next to you, then you're at least competing. So if they're playing Play Anywhere on Xbox, but PlayStation isn't, they're disadvantaging themselves. They're like, well, we're losing it to the guy across the street. We have to do something. So I think they team up with Steam at the beginning. I sort of like Xbox with the handheld. They teamed up with Asus because they didn't want to do the money and research of their own handheld. That's what I think is going to happen. I don't think they team up with Epic. I think they team up with Steam, and maybe they do the Epic. I don't know, but they team up with someone that's already doing it. They're not doing their own right away, at least in my opinion.
Oh, gaming itself is shifting. Eventually, it'll be just called gaming. It won't be platforms. It'll just be you go to a device to play games instead of it being console. So whatever has to happen for your company to be involved, either you have to have software being built to be put on stores, or you have to own the store that you have the stuff on. One or the other, right? You have to construct it. So if Epic needs to get their shit together, if they're gonna make a store, then it's time. They've been fucking up this entire time. But if they don't want to make a store, then where's everybody gonna go?
He says, why would Epic or Steam lower their profits to partner with Sony? Sony's already on Steam. Yeah, they would get the profits. They're doing the same profits that they're doing right now. They're sharing their profits by putting their games on Steam. The only difference now would be that they're buying and then changing the profit because they'll take a loss for more people to buy the game and go, oh, I could buy it in two places, right? They're getting that money up front. there's deals behind the thing. It's not just like they're like, hey, can you put my game on your store and we'll talk about it later.
It's all
No,
contract.
they're making deals behind the scenes.
70,
Do you understand?
30,
Do you understand
80,
what it
20.
takes to make your own launcher? Like it takes hundreds of millions of dollars.
And nobody wants to do this.
Yeah, hundreds of millions of dollars to put
Nobody wants to
launcher,
move.
another launcher on the thing. People don't even like Microsoft's launcher, and it's on your computer. Like the Microsoft store is already there, and they're like, yeah, no one wants to use that. So I just don't think Sony does it. I don't think they take the revenue and throw it towards for research and development and to try to make their own store and to put it on PC as another app right now. I'm not disagreeing where they do have one. I just don't think they do it now if it's coming out sooner rather than later. But I could be wrong. And I'm okay if I'm wrong. I just don't see it happening. Do you think Sony will partner? Oh, I already got that one. Travis says, this is both for you, but if you had to guess, what do you think of Avatar Fire and Ash makes? Oh, it's $1.4, $1.5 billion. That's the third Avatar movie, Sarge, just so if you know.
Oh, is it the name of it?
Yeah. It's $1 billion movie. 1.4. 1.5 is what I'll say.
When's it coming out?
Christmas time.
I think probably closer to 2.
You think $2 billion?
Closer to 2.
I mean, the other
I
Avatar.
think-
Let me look it up real fast.
I don't think it's going to be anything else in the neighborhood that people want to go see in the theater besides that one during Christmas. There might be a Disney thing shoved in there somewhere, but I think it'd be closer to 2.
I mean, the other ones were 2. So Avatar 2000.
It might be less because of the fatigue, but
Avatar. I might raise mine. Original Avatar made 2.92 billion worldwide. Okay, the second one in 2022 made 2.32 billion. So I'm going to readjust. I'm going to say 1.8 to 1.9 billion. Just shy of 2. Now that I know that the number there with the 2.9 and the 2.3.
Because costs to go out are really expensive, but people still probably go out for the one thing for Christmas for the holidays.
Yeah,
I think
1.8, 1.9 is, yeah, I'll go with that. Travis says mostly for Sarge, but you can as well, 30. But with the drama going on, do you see any world in which Henry 40K show can be good or doomed from the go? I don't know any of the rumors, so I don't know. Is there something that's?
Yeah, I don't know enough, but what I do know is this: Games Workshop has a way of getting in front of them and ruining their own shit. They don't pick the right people to do their shit, and I think that there are people out there that know 40K better than Games Workshop does, and that you should allow them to do certain projects. Like the Starries animation. If you watch that was done by like one guy. Like those kind of people, or what could perpetuate or to can't speak to perpetuate the 40K universe in a good way. Something like anime. Like you guys watch certain animes. Like that's how it should be. But they're so controlling over their IP that like right now they're in a lawsuit. They're trying to sue some guy into oblivion. Because he sells 3D printed models that he made himself, but because they look like Games Workshop, they want to sue him into oblivion. Like that shit's gonna go nowhere, right? They need to turn into the skid, right? 40 Games Workshop may be making a shit ton of money in the media sphere if they would just allow people to do the right thing, but they're too controlling.
Yeah, I don't have an answer for you, Travis. As far as I think Sarge. Last one, Krebsy says, "Do we see GTA 6 trailer within the next week?" When's the game come out? No, when does the game come out? November what? Was it 19th next year?
For a year? Why?
I think November 19th of this year, they show a trailer for Grand Theft Auto for next year for November 19th. So I'll say the 19th they will show the next trailer.
Then promise you're going to blow me, then get in the car and drive away. Like, what are we talking about?
That's my prediction. They will show the trailer number 3 on the day of November 19th this year to show for next year. That's what I think we'd see.
It's like getting blue balls. I don't even care at this point. Keep delaying this game. I don't even care now. Right? I was interested a little bit like, yeah, it's coming out in the springtime. Oh, it's coming out in the summertime. Oh, you don't know when it's coming out. Oh, I don't care anymore. Like that's
When it comes out, I'll
let me know when your game. Let me know when your game's done. We'll talk.
I mean, look at me. I didn't think I was gonna like Arc Raiders, and then all of a sudden it came out. I was like, well, I played it, and I like that was last second. Yeah, last second. So
good game.
I don't need to be hyped up for Grand Theft Auto. When Grand Theft Auto comes out, I'll be like, all right, I'll buy it when it comes out. All right, that's gonna do it for Generation X Gaming, the weekly podcast that goes over a few of the top stories from the past week, and we rant along the way. We should really change the thing to a lot of top stories the past week, and we rant along the way. We're here live Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you like it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you'd like to go above and beyond that, become a member as little as $5. We do appreciate you very much for coming out and hanging out with us each and every single week. If you'd like to purchase something from the shop down below for the a mug, the fantastic no pre-order, no day one, no full price for a half-ass game mug is in the store. You can buy a shirt, a sticker. There's a bunch of different designs out there if you'd like to support.
Shirt. I want my shirt.
When
I know it's California. I know.
And then there's also other channel. We have 30 and Still Gaming for gameplay. We have 30 NSG, which other shows for the morning show for the daily grind. And you can also support by listening or watching or downloading the music that we create. Appreciate it very much. You guys have a great rest of your day, night, or weekend, wherever you are. We'll be back on Monday for some more gaming news on the daily grind. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Game on, guys.
Retro meets the now and here. Gaming tales you need to hear. Laugh and shout and sometimes sneer. Memories from all those years. Console wars and secret tips. Tips and tricks from pixel trips. News that pours from gaming sips.